Under the lights, where the warriors ride. Friday night fire, feel the pioneer pride. From the first down fight to the final bell. Where Boswell born, you know the name well. It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed pioneer pride. From snap to sack, from pass to run, we bring the heat till the battle's won. In the trenches or the open field, we play for the brand. We never yield.
Jim Howard's call brings the game to life. Peyton P with the inside cutting like a knife. Keith Demon breaks it down, tells you what's in store. Boswellsports on the mic, who could ask for more? It's Football Friday night. With the heart, the grit, the might. Boswell Pioneers take flight. We play for the brand all day, all night. Slobber Friday night.
Good evening and welcome to Boswellsports.com for tonight's district matchup between the visiting Crowley Eagles and your Boswell Pioneers. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Howard, and joining me in the booth tonight again is our play-by-play man, Peyton Peterson. Hello, Peyton.
Hello, Jim. Good to be back at the Boswell Hall tonight.
Yeah. And then on the boards running the equipment is our producer, Keith Diamond. Hello, Keith.
Good evening, gentlemen.
And down on the field, of course, is our lovely and talented photographer, Sandy Howard, who will be getting all those wonderful pictures for you of this football game. And her motto is, she does it so you don't have to. What that means is you don't have to sit behind the lens and try to capture your kids' plays, because she will take care of that for you. Big game for the Boswell Pioneers tonight as they face the Crowley Eagles, who I'm not really sure what they have yet. Their record says that they're 2-3, but they're 1-0 in district. They sit atop the standings in district 3-6A, and so we'll find out. Their first game of the season, they lost to Birdville. Of course, Boswell scrimmaged Birdville just before that and had their way against Birdville. So not sure what they've got tonight, but I kind of figure they're a pretty good football team. Our weather here tonight, 83 degrees at kickoff, and the winds are really howling pretty good coming out of the east, about 15 miles per hour. You can hear a little bit of that wind on our crowd mic, but it is clear skies. We expect no rain, and just a good football game.
If it rains, you need to buy a lottery ticket.
We're going to take a quick break to recognize our sponsors of tonight's game. When we come back, we got the professor with us. Peyton is going to break down this game, and then we'll have the kickoff or the national anthem, coin toss, all that good stuff. Stay with us here on Boswellsports.
Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite.
to Boswell Sports as we get ready for a very important football game between the Crowley Eagles and the Boswell Pioneers. Pioneers hoping to stay with the pack here early on after suffering that 31-12 loss last week out in Mansfield. Peyton, what does this game look like tonight?
Yeah, Jim, I mean, first off, it's good to be back in the booth here at Boswell for like you said, a really big matchup tonight for the Pioneers. When you talk about a club that is kind of hovering between that 3-4 and outside the playoff spot like the Pioneers are looking like this year, there's about 2 or 3 games a year that really you have to get at least 1 or 2 wins out of them. If there's two games, you just got to split them. If there's 3 games, you're looking at likely 2 of those wins you got to have, or maybe 1, but you're going to have to get some help. And really those 3 games, Mansfield, Crowley, Lake Ridge. Those are the 3. Weatherford. Well, Weatherford is one I consider like a gimme. That's like a gimme one. This is the one where it's like it's a tight one. You're not favored, but you got to go and still find a way to get a win, especially if you're on the outside looking in. And those 3 teams really, to me, stand out the most. And it really all starts tonight. The Pioneers felt like they let one slip away last week against Mansfield, even despite the score not really representing that at all. If they fall tonight, all of a sudden they are really playing catch up, and they're going to have to rely on other people in the district and going to win against Lake Ridge later on in the season. So it makes your road to the playoffs a little bit tougher. But that's where it all starts tonight. It all starts tonight against Crowley. And man, Jim, just looking at this team on film, listening to Coach Weaver this week on Pioneer Sports Extra talk about Crowley. I mean, Pioneers are going to have their hands full tonight. I think this is a very athletic bunch. Coach Weaver said they're probably the most athletic team that they've faced so far this season, and probably have to agree. Even despite whenever they played Forney, I mean, Forney had guys across the board that were crazy athletic, but Crowley, man, I mean, you look top to bottom of this roster, they've got guys that could fly all over the field and really get some things done. And look, I want to hammer home a little bit more about their offense so far this year, and it's really been something, I think, despite the games that they've played, and we'll give a little bit of a rundown of their schedule so far this year. They played against Birdville, lost 34-27. They went to North Shore, lost 42-0, which everybody knows how North Shore is. That's North Shore.
A different level.
Yeah.
They're like Forney.
Exactly. And then you look at Skyline, they beat Skyline 33-32, which every now and then Skyline will be good out of Dallas ISD. Every now and then they'll be kind of one of those bottom feeders. So you don't really know what their team's looking like. But then you look at Tyler Legacy, which is consistently a program out in East Texas that is consistent every year and hovering around that playoff range. And they lost 38-35 and then went to Weatherford, beat them 40-8, or they beat them at home last week, 40-8. And all of a sudden you're just like, you're looking at this team and you said it, you don't know what to expect from this team, really. You don't know where they're at. Like, they're against the toughest teams in the state. They're getting blown out against what is seen as one of the worst teams in the district. They're blowing them out against kind of those teams in the middle realm, like those 150 to 200 ranked in the state. They're losing tight games, and it's just like, where's this team at? And you're probably thinking they're probably in that middle realm, but you see how they played against Weatherford last week, and you're like, this looks like Crowley from last year. So it really just it makes you think. It's like you get in these district games, right? You get in this middle part of the year, and you start to just really throw a lot of that old game film from the beginning of the year out the window, because we all know Boswell is a completely different team from week 1. Crowley is likely a different team from week 1 as well. I mean, Jace Richardson, did we know who this guy was week 1? Nobody knew who this guy was week 1. Now he's probably RB1 for the Pioneers. So it's kind of that same thing for Crowley, where you're just like, you don't really know where their skill's at. But I really want to hammer out and talk about their weapons that they have, most specifically their recruits. They've got a guy named Intavious Ellis. This guy's 6 foot, 175 pounds, Jim. He's a junior, right? He's class of 2027. He's not committed yet. He has 34 FBS offers so far. 34. Of those 34 offers, 10 to the Big 12, 7 from the SEC, 4 from the ACC, 5 from the Big 10, 7 from the Group of 5, and 1 from Notre Dame. I mean, this guy, he's going to be playing somewhere big next year and 2 years from now in college, and he's only a junior. He's doing a lot of big things on the offensive side of the football. You just look at his numbers so far this year. He's got 312 yards receiving on 29 receptions. That's about 10.8 yards per reception. So about 62.5 yards per game on the receiving end. But that's not even really the guy that you're worried about. It's the running back.
Well, I was going to say that, you talk about that receiver. We faced a similar scenario last week.
Yeah, same thing.
They held him to, 3 or 4 catches?
Yeah, 3 or 4 catches. 2 of them were like big chunk plays, but outside of that, he didn't really have that great of a game. It was probably his weakest game so far. But
so there's hope there.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the defense 100%. To back it up.
But then you look at Kenyon Cotton. That's their main guy. I mean, this guy's running all over the field. You talk about Jim, show me right here, 6.5 yards per clip.
Yeah, that's so, and he's got almost 1,000 yards rushing just through 5 games.
Yeah. I mean, it is unbelievable kind of what they've done. And Coach Weaver said it. And, this may not be, illustrative of how the Pioneer offense this year is, but he said they're very similar to how the Pioneer scheme is. And I think of the Boswell teams of the past where you'd get a 1,000-yard rusher, but then also a 3,000-yard passer on the Pioneer side of the football, or a 2,500-yard passer. So it's a really, really balanced offense. They can run the football, they can throw the football, but then you stare at it and you're like, who's their quarterback? They got 3 quarterbacks that are all just rampage all over the field, and one of them, he's really running the football well. It's Turner. Turner is a guy that has really ran the football well. He's at the quarterback position. This is a team, Jim, where you head into this football game. Last week against Mansfield, we knew that they weren't really a big running football team. You needed to stop the pass. They did that. Kind of hit into these more two-dimensional offenses, it gets a little bit tough to defend, and that's something that the Pioneers are going to have their hands full tonight. But then you look at the defensive side of the football for Crowley. Man, I mean, they even though they've allowed 30 points per game so far this season, I think that deserves a little bit of an asterisk, especially when you're talking about, when they played North Shore and other teams where they're getting into shootouts. But, Jim, I mean, they've got 8 takeaways through 5 games. 5 picks, 3 fumble recoveries. That's over a turnover and a half per game. That's stout from a defense, especially from a team that's 2-3 on the year. And then you look at what they're doing at the quarterback position. 13 sacks so far through 5 games. 15 quarterback hurries. I mean, they are getting after the quarterback. They're forcing turnovers. They're forcing mistakes. The Pioneers are going to have to protect the football tonight on the offensive side of the football and find a way to get something going in the passing game and protect Juju if they have to, and if they can't get anything going in the run game, which we can get to in a minute.
Yeah, they've also got on the defensive side of the football, they've got to tackle.
Yeah.
Coach Weaver talked about one of the keys for this game for him was A, to stay focused, and B, that they got to make sure that they're tackling.
Yeah.
First contact is going to be critical because we've seen it all season. The Pioneers have done a good job of applying pressure, getting in the backfield. The problem is that they're letting those guys escape that first contact.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to do that tonight.
It's been outside the tackles, Jim. I mean, it hasn't even been between the tackles. We've said it. Between the tackles for the Pioneers has been, honestly, you give them probably A- grade so far this year from start to now. It's been outside the tackles and kind of in that secondary level where you're just you get guys in the open field and they've had issues getting stops and getting tackles in the open field, and that's where you see these big chunk plays. And with chunk plays, you get first downs, right? But you also get momentum killers. You may look good on your defensive possession. You got them to 3rd and 17, 3rd and 20, but it doesn't do you any good if you're allowing first down conversions. That's kind of been the story of the Pioneer defense this year.
The other thing that's been drive killers for them is ill-timed penalty.
Yes.
They've done a good job of being disciplined, but whenever they're undisciplined, it's
at the wrong time.
And really hurt them. And then they're going to, I really think if they can get out of here tonight with a win, that's going to do wonders for
Yes.
their confidence. Because we saw what they could do with Halter
Yep.
and that win. We saw what they did with Boswell. They kind of knew what they were facing whenever they went against Ford. Mansfield, I think, was a little bit of a confidence. I think that kind of hurt the confidence.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
If they come in tonight and get blown out like Crowley, it's going to be a rough first start of the season to get them where they need to be. If they get that, if they come out, hit Crowley in the mouth, get some good things happening, maybe take a lead. Who knows what this football team?
Yeah, I mean, 100%, Jim, and that's kind of what they're going to have to do tonight. I think, truthfully, I think they're going to have to come out and really bring what they brought last week to Mansfield, and that is throw something different at them. And Coach Weaver alluded to it a little bit this week. He said that they've been trying to add some wrinkles into the offense, and we've been following Coach Weaver kind of as his progression from offensive coordinator to now head coach from the Sawyer Farr days with Ezra Carter. They're not afraid week to week to throw in something new, whether that be trick plays, new formations. I mean, we saw it last week. I don't think we've seen a Boswell offense in the past that has been so reliant on a two-back system like we saw last week against Mansfield. And then you just start to you pick around the different things that they could do offensively. You got Chance that can go at slot. You got a backup quarterback that can run the football. You got a starting quarterback that can run the football. And he alluded to that the backup this week's going to get a lot of playing time as well. So it's just you don't know what's going to be thrown at you, and that's kind of what the beauty of it, especially when a game like this where you hate to say it's must win, but it kind of is a must win because if the schedule is aligned differently, if Boswell's playing Weatherford and Legacy the first two games, we're going, oh man, this is likely a 2-0 start. This is a great start to the year. Pioneers got to do X, Y, Z throughout the rest of the season. But those losses that you don't want to endure, they're happening right now at the beginning of the year. With Mansfield last week, and with a tough test this week against Crowley, you don't want to be behind the 8 ball, and they all know it. They know that. Just based on, standings wise with North Crowley, and Lake Ridge and Mansfield, it's a game of musical chairs. You don't want to be the odd man out, and it all starts tonight in this one at Pioneer Stadium. But look, it's pink out night. There's a lot of good. We finally have some October football underway, and I think the Pioneers come into this one with some confidence, especially, through 3 quarters last week. I thought that they played arguably one of their best games. I think it's just really that fourth quarter had a few things not go their way, and hopefully we'll see a different story tonight.
And the flip side of that coin is it would be very easy for the Crowley Eagles to come in with overconfidence.
Yes, 100%.
And look beyond the Boswell Pioneers. Yeah. And so, if I'm Crowley and I look at that game from last week against Mansfield, I see that the Boswell Pioneers are very strong in the running game.
Yeah.
Coach Weaver and Coach Freeman can come out and establish that passing game. I think that really helps.
100%. And one thing that I'll say, Jim, is everybody in DFW, if you didn't watch the game last week, you probably saw the score and went, oh man, Pioneers, they're in the dumpster still. They didn't play well. I can guarantee you that the Crowley coaches that are up here with us, they watched the film last week and went, yeah, that score is not indicative of how good this Pioneer team is. They ran all over Mansfield. They're going to have to load the box, I think, against this Pioneer offense.
Yeah, one call in that game against Mansfield, and it did turn the tide.
Yeah.
But could have turned the tide if it had been called
a different way
in Boswell's favor.
Yeah. And then especially, you hate to talk about, different parameters and dynamics, if they get that touchdown at the goal line, what does that look like? There's just so many different things. But, Jim, I think the Pioneers, if they want to win this football game, they're going to have to win in the run game. They're going to have to win in time of possession, which it's funny. Last week they didn't have a problem in time of possession. They didn't have a problem winning, penalties in the penalty game. They didn't have a problem, defensively really. It was just they lost the turnover battle, and a few things didn't go their way.
And the big play.
Yeah,
And
big play. Yeah,
That's plagued the Boswell Pioneers so far through non-district and the first district game. The big play has really killed them.
yeah.
They got to quit letting guys get behind them in the passing game. You got that 4-star recruit
Yeah.
and D1 commit. That's good. And they did a good job last week.
Yeah, they did. And
against Roberson.
yeah, Roberson, and look, he had size last week. This guy, he's a little bit. He's 6 foot tall. He's not as tall as what we saw last week, but he's quick. He can get open. He can make plays. And if the Pioneers, they can come out with that same type of scheme as they did last week, they're going to be in good hands. But the problem is, you got to worry about the running back as well, Cotton. I mean, this guy, he can really run all over the field. But I mean, Jim, this is another thing too. If this gets into a game where the Pioneers have to throw the football, Crowley's got 2 defensive backs that are also heavily recruited. One's going to Oklahoma State next year that has offers, throughout FBS. And then another one's going to Houston Christian that has 6 offers from FBS. So, I mean, it's not like, if you get things going in the passing game, that it's just going to be easy. It's just not. I mean, there's going to be some athletes across the board throughout this Crowley team, and they're going to have to take this team seriously tonight, especially both on the offensive side and defensive side of the football.
Pioneers are 28 point. 28?
Yeah, 28-point underdogs coming into this one.
So they definitely have a mountain to climb. But like I say, that's why you play the games, because anything can happen. And if Crowley comes out, and Crowley has traditionally struggled with penalties.
Yeah.
Who knows? If they get a couple of turnovers, struggle with penalties, the Boswell Pioneers very well could pull a bird hole.
That's one thing, Jim. I think if Boswell can get conversions on 3rd down, if they can protect the football and not shoot themselves in the foot with penalties, they could be in this one for tonight. I really think so. But, I mean, you look at the schedule, Jim. I mean, they got to get a win tonight. They play Legacy next week, at Legacy on, next week. So those are, again, just if they can go into the bye week 2-1 in district, they're sitting pretty, but it all starts tonight.
So there are your captains for Boswell tonight. It's going to be Chance Lasker, number 8 on the left, number 64, which is Braden Meeson, number 1.
He's been awesome.
Rhodes, and then number 40, which is Anthony Miller.
Let's speak on Braden Meeson for a little bit, Jim. This guy has been a stud. He was a stud last week. I know you gave him Offensive Player of the Game last week, right?
Yeah.
He has been a stud on the offensive line front.
There are the Crowley captains for tonight. Number 99, Trey Young, and number 33, Jeremiah Benson. Your officials for tonight, referee Tim Early and his crew, umpire Cecil Edmondson, lineman Jeff Payne, side judge Michael Corso, line judge Kevin Warple, field judge Kevin West, and back judge Mark Dodds.
See tonight the players have a few pink items, pink accessories. A little insight about that as we're getting the.
Yeah, Crowley won the toss, and they have declined, so they will defer to the second half, which means the Pioneer offense will come out first.
So the Pioneers are this is where they're going to have to, like you said, strike first and go punch them in the mouth early. But a little bit of insight of
pull a Cobra Kai on.
Yeah. A little bit of insight though, Jim, into the breast cancer awareness with all the pink items that the players wear. These obviously they're worn for a good cause, but in order for the players to wear these in a game, they actually have to pay money to the coaches that are obviously given to charity for breast cancer awareness, or that at least that's how they've always done it. So it's always nice to see players going in for a good cause, and you see everything that is being worn tonight with pink it's going to charity. So it's
So
really
Pioneers
good
will
thing.
defend the north goal, and Crowley will defend the south goal. Crowley, of course, in the road white and purple with purple helmets, and Boswell in our favorite uniforms with the mustard gold jerseys and gold helmets, blue pants.
I wish Jim was being serious about
Yeah.
the and it's not because we hate the color or anything. It's just it's very hard to see up
It's
here.
very hard for us. That's
Gary-
number 42.
Yeah.
That's running the flag for Boston. Austin Latham. Get ready for the national anthem here in just a moment. What do you think about this, Peyton, with the Pioneers going on offense first?
Well, I think in a game like this, Jim, it's something where if you want to establish momentum, this is how you do it. You go out and you go punch them in the mouth early. And it reminds me of kind of those Cowboys teams from the last 2 years where they'd get the ball first and they'd go down and score. It would make it easy when Micah Parsons was on the team at the time to go get after the quarterback because you've got the lead. You know, it gets a little bit tough at times when you're down 14 or down multiple scores early in a football game because you got to throw the football and kind of reach a little bit. You come out early and go punch them in the mouth, go get 7, and go with your first drive script. Kind of put yourself in a good spot heading into this one as we're getting ready for the national anthem here at the Boswell Hall.
Please make it for national. What about the Saturday Squire of Boswell High School?
A little difficult to hear the national anthem tonight as they had I'm assuming that's the Boswell Choir, boys from the Boswell Choir.
Yeah, I think it was just a microphone issue from the stadium, so we weren't able to hear that, unfortunately. But anywho, we are ready to go from Pioneer Stadium.
So Peyton will take over play-by-play duties. I will pull double duty with cameras and commentary. This first quarter is sponsored by Red's Barbecue at 7335 Oak Club Road for some great barbecue. Go see my friends at Red's Barbecue.
Back to receive the kick tonight is Peyton Rhodes and Chance Lassiter, and as well, I believe that's number 13, Lamar Isidore. So those are the 3 return men back, with Lassiter in the middle, Rhodes at the far sideline, and Isidore closest side of your screen. Crowley Eagles come into this one tonight 2-3 on the season, 0-1 in district, 1-0 in district play against Weatherford. Their win last week. Kicking this one off is Alonzo Marino, and we are underway as it is returned by Peyton Rhodes at the 10-yard line. It's a good return up here out to they'll give him about the 27-yard line. And that is where the Pioneers will take over on first down. As Jim, we saw a new wrinkle in the Boswell offense last week with Chance Lassiter coming back to play from his injury with Jace Richardson and Chance both sharing the backfield and essentially having almost identical games in the running game.
Yeah, giving them that, what we call the three-headed monster, as Juju was actually a part of that as well.
So they won't go with the two-back set. Lassiter will actually be in the slot. So they'll hand it off to Jace Richardson out to the left side. He's got blockers out in front of him. It'll be a first down. And what a start to the game. Jace Richardson just continuing where he's left off.
Yeah, nice little start there by Richardson. I hope I hope we see that kind of thing all night.
So Lassiter now will move to that right side slot position where they'll go trips to the right. Here's a handoff to Jace up the middle again. Here's another solid carry. Give him about 4.
Yeah, picks up 4 on the carry.
Jim, I mean, that's kind of what Jace has done over the last few weeks. About 4 to 5 yards a pop on the ground, sometimes more.
Yeah, they'll bring in Lassiter now. You see him there to the left of Juju.
Two-back set. They'll move Richardson now over to Lassiter's left. They'll hand it off to Lassiter up the middle, and he'll get the first down. So the Pioneers are just marching along with the run game, picking up where they left off last week.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is reminiscent of their first drive last week against Mansfield. Of course, unfortunately, that ended in a big set.
Yeah.
But looking good so far.
So stick with the two-back set, and you got to remember when they move this back to the right and stack them, you got to watch out for the read option. But they'll hand it off to Jace this time up the middle, who again gets about 4 yards. He'll bring it out to the 41-yard line, and I mean Jace Richardson.
Yeah, if you can get 4 yards a pop, you just keep riding that pony.
So now Lassiter will move out to the slot position. I really like Chance Lassiter out there at the receiver spot too, because if you have these outside runs, he's a good blocker upfield. He's got a big body on him. So they're trying to get a play. They've got enough time though. Play clock's sitting at 15. They'll hand it off to Richardson up the middle again. This time brings it to the 38-yard line.
What you call smash mouth football, and you see right there, number 64, that big Braden Neeson. They love to run behind him, and you can see why. He's just a road grader out there.
He's been a stud, man, as Pioneers now setting up 3rd and 3. I fully expect more runs here. And it'll be a little pitch play out to Richardson to the left side. He'll get the first down. That's a new little wrinkle. It's just a little shovel pass out to the left to Richardson, and utilizing that outside spaces. We're seeing a lot of runs going outside the tackles here with Richardson to start this one. So it's another first down for Boswell from the 33. Lassiter still in the slot. Juju back to pass, looking. Going to heave this one deep down the field in coverage, and it is incomplete. Intended for Chance Lassiter. That one could have easily been picked off.
Yeah, good coverage downfield. And I was like, oh, I had the fingers crossed for sure.
Yeah, there was about a group of Crowley Eagles down there in the secondary, but Pioneers look to take their shot there after all run plays to start. So 2nd and 10 now. So we'll look to the sideline for the play. Lassiter just moving all over the field, Jim. Now back into the slot on the left side. And this will be a handoff again to Richardson to the left side. Good run there.
Wow, good job that time by Juju. He actually froze that defensive end 56 coming in with the pressure, because when he handed it off, he acted like he was going to run towards the line of scrimmage. Froze that man for just a second, and Jace took off to the left.
And here's that personnel change, Jim, that we were looking for. Tyler Reyes now in the game. We were going in that diamond set we saw 2 weeks ago. Reyes in the gun. He's going to hand it off to Lassiter up the middle, but Crowley's just all over it. He'll get a gain of maybe 1. So that'll set up a 4th down and 4. And, I mean, I think this is 4-down territory, Jim. You got to go for it.
Yeah, especially knowing what you're facing in the Crowley Eagles offense.
It was a little bit tough, though. When they went to that diamond package, they were able to really load up that box a little bit. So they're going to go out of it. So Juju will be back in the gun with Richardson to his right. 4th down and 4. Here's a handoff to Richardson up the middle.
Oh, very close.
He's close. He's going to be a yard. He's going to be like 2 yards short.
Yeah, did not get it.
So Boswell tried to go back to their ways with running the football, and got to look back at that 1st down call of throwing it deep, as that kind of hurt them a little bit, stalled out their drive a little bit. So now that is where Crowley will take over from their own 25. And we mentioned it in the pregame. The main man to worry about, number 1, Intavious Ellis. This guy is a stud receiver with loads of offers.
What, Cotton's a good compliment.
Cotton is a great compliment at the running back position. And they'll hand it off to Cotton to the right side. He'll bring it across. He'll be down at the 30-yard line. Yeah, Kenyon Cotton comes in this game with nearly 800 yards on the year. He's sitting as a junior tailback. This guy has got already 2 years of experience at the varsity level. Here's a fake handoff to Cotton. They'll throw it out to the left side. This one is caught by Nasir Wilcher. They'll bring it across for a 1st down. Quarterback tonight for Crowley will be the main man that they've been dealing with since last week, Kendrick Kennedy. He's their 3rd quarterback that they've had so far this year. Kennedy in the gun. They'll send Cotton out in motion. It looked like a design play. He's under pressure. He's going to be brought down and sacked.
All right.
The voice of Pioneers was all over him. It looked like it was just going to be a little swing pass to Cotton, but had it bottled up.
That's what I was saying earlier. You know, the Pioneers have done a good job of getting penetration, getting into the backfield, applying pressure. Carlos Solis with a lot of pressures last week, but they just got to do a good job.
So Kennedy in the gun with Cotton to the left. 2nd down and 15 from their own 32. Kennedy back to pass. Looking all the time in the world. It's going to throw this one deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Missed his man right there. So they bring up a 3rd down and long. Good coverage down the field for the Pioneers.
I'm not sure. Was that attempt to their D1?
But that was actually to Jaden Crawford, it looked like. As we have not seen Intavious Ellis yet on this drive get a look. And Jim, here on 3rd and 15, this has kind of been the downs that have really hurt the Pioneers this year.
Given a lot of room.
Kennedy back to pass. Looking, scrambling out to his left. Can't find anybody open. He'll throw it. Hit ball throw. What a grab.
Wow.
As it is a 1st down. That is a big league throw and grab by Crowley, as it'll be a 1st down by Lyndon Ewing, the senior receiver. And Jim, it happened again. 3rd down and 15, 3rd and long, and Pioneers allow a conversion.
Yeah, got to get him off the field.
So Kennedy, they're going quick, showing tempo. Here's a handoff to Cotton up the middle, and he'll get a gain of about 2.
Yeah, Boswell that time was 32. Douglas Cook just stayed at home, filled the gap, was able to block the hole, and limit to a gain of 2.
And you see something with this one. Crowley going a lot of tempo changes here. You're seeing the Boswell Pioneers have a lot of substitutions between plays. Kennedy, high snap, hands it off to Cotton. He's got a big gaping hole, and this is going to be a 1st down and more. Breaks a tackle, and he'll be brought down at the 20-yard line. And the big chunk plays continue to be allowed by the Pioneer defense.
Yeah, Maui Peters that time saved what might have been a touchdown.
They're going quick again. I mean, this tempo, this offense, super fast onto the ball. Kennedy hands it off to Cotton again. Gets about a yard. So, Jim, I mean, if you're a tailback that's getting this many carries and you're going tempo and not getting a break, how is he able to do it?
I'm not sure, but that was Carlos Solis.
Yeah, Carlos Solis.
Outside linebacker in there for the Pioneers.
Solis really stepped up. Last week he had a really good game as they got a new tailback. It's Joseph Banks. He'll swing it out to the right side. It is caught, and he'll be brought out of bounds at the 9-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for Crowley.
Change the stick.
So another 1st down for the Eagles. It'll be 1st and goal for them. Banks will remain the tailback. He's a sophomore now. A lot of underclassmen on the field for Crowley. Kennedy hands it off to him again. Or excuse me, hands it off to him. It'll be stopped at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, just kind of a 1-2 punch there. Hit him with the run, hit him with the run. And unfortunately, hit him with the pass.
Yeah, so it'll be a loss of a yard for Crowley. So 2nd and goal now from the 10. Gotta imagine this is likely 4-down territory for Crowley. And there's an issue, I think, over with the official on the far side. I think they thought the ball was spotted at the 9. Move it to the 10. Cotton back in the game at tailback for Crowley. Kennedy back to pass. Looking, Kennedy throws to the left side. It's the HBO route, and he's going to be caught and brought down at the 1-yard line. That was Nasir Wilcher. So looks like the entire Crowley unit on receiver is getting the ball besides Antavius Willis, their top man.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and goal from the 1. This is 100% 4-down territory the rest of the way.
Wow, look at all that
Here's a handoff to Cotton up the middle, and it looked like the group of Pioneers were going to stop him, but he cuts in. Looked like a touchdown, but the play may have been blown dead. There hasn't been an indication it's offsides against the Pioneers, though, so the play
I kind of thought they might have been offside.
yeah, so the play will stand. It'll be a touchdown for Crowley. It was still weird, though, Jim. We didn't see any indication. Usually they'll let the play run out. They'll still call it, but it will be a touchdown for Crowley after, again, what looked like was a good drive for the Pioneer offense. Stalled out. Crowley gets the ball back and marches down the field after getting a conversion on a 3rd and 15 as the PAT is blocked. So it'll remain a 6-0 game. Something to keep your eyes on, Jim, is kicker for Crowley doesn't really have too much of a leg for him. We're looking in the pregame at about 20-25 yarders. So when they get into this, 30, 25, 35 yard line realm, it's going to be 4-down territory, I think, this entire football game. So, Jim, Boswell came out, again, a little resemblance of last week minus the turnover, but a stalled out drive resulted in no points. How do they come back out on this next one now being down 6-0 and get points on the board?
Well, and I tell you, Crowley just has not looked like that killer football team that we thought they were going to be coming in. So that's got to give the Pioneers a little bit of confidence, right?
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Boswell's really having their way with them in the run game outside of that, last couple plays before the turnover on downs. And it's got to give you some confidence, I would think. As, man, you just look over to your right. The wind is
just
howling.
You can hear it. You can hear it in the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, it is coming. So that is another reason, Jim, that the run game is going to be very prevalent, I think, tonight on both sides.
And it's a crosswind, so it doesn't really favor either team.
No, not at all. So Crowley getting ready to boot this one away again. It's Alonzo Marino. They'll kick this one away. It'll be received by Peyton Rhodes, but he took a knee at the 9-yard line.
That's tough. They got to go 91 yards.
So actually, I think they'll move it forward because of the new rules. You get a touchback inside the 10, so it works out for the Pioneers. They'll take over at the 25. So Boswell had a few personnel changes on towards the end of their possession. Went with that diamond set. Didn't really work with Tyler Reyes, so they won't go back to that. But stick with Juju and Richardson with Lassiter out at the slot. They'll send Lassiter in motion. It'll be a little pooch play to Lassiter. It'll go down as a pass, and he's going to lose yards, though. So a loss of about 1 as they sent Lassiter in motion. It was just a little touch pass. It'll go down as a pass, but be a loss of 1. So now Juju's sitting at -1 yards passing in this ball game. 2nd and 11 now. Juju swings it now to Richardson towards the right side. He's got a hoist of blockers in front of him, but Crowley's just swarming to the ball. Forget a yard past the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just doing a good job of overloading the right side of that Pioneer offense. Not a whole lot of running lanes there for Jace or for Chance.
Yeah, just swarming to the football. We heard about it this week from Coach Weaver that this team is very athletic and is going to fly to the football. So now, obvious passing down for Boswell. 3rd down and 9 from the 26. He'll keep it on the quarterback draw as Juju, and he's lit up. That is number 0, Matthias Martin, the linebacker who laid the big hit on Juju. And Pioneers are looking to go 4 and out here. So the drive will stall out. No first downs on this one after Boswell offense marched down the field previous possession. Crowley gets the ball back very quickly after their last touchdown.
Davion Ramirez set to receive the football for Crowley.
Boswell had a late sub. They'll get this play off though. It's punted away. Good Pioneer bounce, but it's returned at the 35-yard line. He's lucky he got 2 yards there. And that is where Crowley will take over. So with
31 for Boswell, Peyton Price. Good coverage downfield for special teams.
3:04 left here in the first quarter. Kind of flying by like we did last week over in Mansfield. We'd love to hear where you're tuning in tonight. Boswellsports over the years. Just realize we're global. It's nice to hear from our international viewers wherever you're from.
Carlos Solis's mom is watching from Utah.
Utah, there we go. So Kennedy in the gun, they'll send in Tavius Ellis in motion, and they'll give it to him. And will be brought down, looks like a yard short. No, but he got it to the line of scrimmage. So Tavius Ellis gets his first reception of the night. He goes for no yards. I'll bring up a 2nd and 10. And Tavius Ellis, he's the guy that's got offers from any school you can imagine. He will be playing somewhere big.
Texas.
Yeah, including Texas, USC, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Oklahoma. Highly recruited. And they'll swing it out to the right side. It is caught and brought to the 42-yard line. That was a swarm of Pioneers there.
So Stephen Brown for Crowley, number 18, really had a good block out there. Pioneers had good defense, but that's what allowed him to pick up those yards.
So 3rd down and 5, Jim. These are these key downs in this game. You want to get your offense back on the field and get momentum. You got to get 3rd down stops. So Kennedy in the gun with Cotton to his left. And they'll swing it out to the left side on a little bubble screen. And he's going to get the first down. I mean, that's just simple. A little bubble screen out to the left side. You got your 2 receivers blocking out in front. And again, another 3rd down conversion with Crowley.
Yeah, not doing anything really fancy here. Just taking advantage of that open space out to the left side.
So they'll go tempo. I imagine this is going to be a handoff to Cotton here. It is a handoff to Cotton, who brings it across to the 47-yard line. Gain of about 2.
And that time, good pressure. Pioneers got good penetration. Just play going to the other side.
So Crowley, they'll come out with their own little diamond package. New personnel change tonight for them. High snap, but it's kept by Kennedy Jr. This guy can run. This guy can run as he gets it to the 45-yard line. Looks like we have a stoppage on the field.
Well,
there's a flag.
Yeah, it came out.
We'll see the indication. It's a false start.
Yeah, it came out just before they snapped the football.
So that'll back him up 5 yards, and that play should have been blown dead. Ended up being ran, but nothing comes from it. So it is a false start. So they'll replay 2nd down. It'll be 13 to go now. Brings it back over into Crowley territory. So this diamond set for Crowley features Joseph Banks and number 29, Cameron Turner. Kennedy, high snap again. He's going to keep it. He's just got blockers out in front of him. Switches directions now. And man, Jim, if he cuts that one more to the outside, he probably gets that down well into Pioneer territory. But Pioneers are fortunate there.
Yeah, that was just patient running that time. Like you said, if he had seen that one more cut to the left, that could have been bad news for Boswell.
So again, here we go. 3rd and 9 again for Boswell. They've allowed a first down conversion on every 3rd down attempt tonight. Kennedy in the gun. It's caught in the left. He's back to pass. Kennedy. All the time. He's hit while thrown. It is incomplete. Or it should be incomplete. They may be saying it's a fumble. No, they're ruling it incomplete. So the Pioneers bring pressure here on 3rd down and 9.
We have a replay, Keith.
Let's see if we got a replay from good old Keith Diamond up here in the booth. And we got the end of it. So, yeah, that's the end of it. We're all good. As Crowley, for the first time tonight, bring on the punting unit out. And, Jim, I mean, that's what you expect now from the Pioneer defense.
Get a stop, get some confidence. Let's go.
That was all set up due to that false start on 2nd and 8. This one is booted high. Fair caught. Assuming that's Peyton Rhodes. And it is. So that is where Boswell will take over. They'll likely run one more play before the end of the first quarter. With 17 seconds remaining.
12 minutes go by there.
Wow.
20.
Wow.
It's a fast first quarter.
Very quick first quarter, and we saw this last week as well. It'll be 1st and 10. Boswell from their own 19. Juju in the gun with Jace to the left. They'll hand it off to Richardson up the middle, and he's just lit up at that 2nd level for a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. That should do it for the first quarter of play here at Pioneer Stadium, where the Crowley Eagles lead 6-0 over Boswell. Stay with us here on Boswell Sports.
If you're a fan of classic rock and tired of hearing the same old songs over and over, you need to tune in to thezoo.net. Thousands of songs in the library. Radio like it used to be. Radio as it should be. It's on the internet 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, and it's free. The best classic rock of all time. It's thezoo.net.
The internet's best classic rock. The Zoo.
Okay, second quarter is sponsored by thezoo.net, for the best in rock and roll of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's free and on the internet. Thezoo.net.
So Boswell will take over from their own 21 here at the start of the second quarter. They'll go back to this 2 running back set with Lassiter and Richardson. Jim, I thought this really worked 2 possessions ago, and they kind of went away from it.
Yeah, they had a good start on the first drive.
Send Lassiter to the right. Hands it off to Richardson up the middle. I mean, that's a gain of 3? Bring up 3rd down and 5. Crowley's really, ever since that first possession, kind of bottling up this run game, not allowing much. At some point, Boswell's offense is going to have to throw the football down the field, and there is 2 stud defensive backs for Crowley you have to worry about. Juju, back to pass, looking, throws it out to the right side. It's Lassiter, but he's going to be short. He's about 2 yards short of the sticks, as it'll bring up a 4th and 2, and the punting unit will come back out.
Yeah, you definitely gotta punt it here.
So Boswell will punt this one away as past the Lassiter. He ran looked like a little 3-yard out, but They had 5 to go. And Crowley did a good job of just swarming to the football and getting them down immediately. So back to punt for Boswell.
I'm going to call a timeout here.
And yeah, so a timeout on the field. Who was this called? Was it by Boswell? Boswell calls a timeout. I mean, Jim, we haven't seen in the last few years that old fake punt that they used to run. I don't know. I think it's too close. It is too close. I wouldn't do it. Field position matters, and I think your defense had a little good possession last drive.
Crowley's offense is moving it the way they are. I don't think you want to give them a short field here.
Interesting timeout for Boswell. Canyon Diaz will be back to punt this one away. Diaz, low punt. Good Pioneer hop, but it is picked up by a Crowley Eagle. That looks like, is that Antavius Ellis? No, it's not. That is Jaleel Allen. He's heading to Oklahoma State next year, I believe. Got my information correct. No, excuse me. That's Brandon Ford heading to Oklahoma State. Jaleel Allen is heading to Houston Christian next year. He's one of those defensive backs for them. That is where Crowley will take over from their own 39, 1st and 10. Kennedy out there in the gun with Cotton to his right. Kennedy is a threat to run the football as they'll hand it off to Cotton to the left side, and he just had a big hole. It'll be a 1st down, and it's again, Jim, it's outside the tackles.
Yeah, Pioneers blitzing off the right side with Carlos Felice. The Eagles just did a good job of sealing him off the edge, and Cotton did the rest.
So Boswell has a man late getting off of the field. Did we see a flag down at all?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, there's.
Yeah. There's going to be too many men on the field against the Pioneers, and yeah, a bit of an interesting thing there from the Pioneer staff making a substitution while they're going tempo. And you know, when Crowley, when they're going tempo and they don't make a substitution, you don't have any right. They're not going to stop the play for your sub. So it's a risky thing as it hurts the Pioneers now. 1st down and 5. They'll hand it off to Cotton to the left side, and he's brought down. Good tackle there by Major Diego, and there's another flag. We've just got mustard on the lettuce tonight, folks.
It's mustard on the shirts, mustard on the lettuce.
See the indication here from the official.
Hands to
So it'll
the
be
face.
hands to the face against Crowley, it looks like.
Yeah, that was their left tackle. Trying to get his number. What is that? 40? 70,
71.
71?
Yeah, Davion Davis. 6'2", 225. And we're just playing the penalty game tonight here in the 2nd quarter. 1st and 20. To go for Crowley from their own 48. Pioneer showing blitz. Kennedy back to pass. Looks, throws it to the left side. High pass caught by Antavius Ellis, excuse me. And you get back to the original line of scrimmage, and there's his first reception down the field of the night.
Pioneers did a good job that time of closing and not allowing the big play.
Official timeout of the field.
As there is an official timeout, but we'll stay here. Boswell will make a substitution on the field. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Crowley. As what looked like a pretty clean game in the 1st quarter, as turned a little sloppy in the 2nd. Kennedy back to pass. Looks, throws it to the left side. That's Ellis again.
Yeah, Ellis.
And there's the 1st down. So Antavius Ellis already outperforming what we saw last week from Robertson.
Yeah,
Here at
Ellis just matched up against John Morales, taking advantage of the fact that Kenyon Diaz had left the game.
And a lot of space there. They're giving him about 10 yards on that one. Kennedy back to pass again. It's going to be a little design screen for Ellis, and he's just got blockers out in front of him, and he'll get across for a first down inside the 20-yard line. So this is where coaches love to get their playmakers in the game, Jim, any way they can, and they're doing it any way they can here. 3 straight passes to Antavius Ellis. It's a first down again for Crowley. They're showing tempo here. Pioneers making some substitutions late. Here's a handoff to Cotton up the middle. He gets about a yard.
Pioneers have done a good job all season plugging up the middle. That was kind of their Achilles heel last year, and so they've shored that up. Now they got to shore up the outside run.
It's been the outside and the secondary deep this year for them. That's really been the issue. Second down and 9 from the 15. Pioneers showing blitz again. Kennedy will keep it now, this time on the read option. Pioneers saw it, but open field tackling. That's been the Achilles heel.
Solis had him right there at the 15.
Yeah, so 2 Pioneers were there to make the tackle and get a good stop and set up a 3rd and long, but now it's going to be 3rd and short. Give him this is a short one. Got to bring out the yardstick for this one, Jim. This is probably stick the nose across. Here's a handoff to Cotton. But Boswell's all over it. This is
Boswell got
close.
in there quick.
I don't think he's got it. I think he's going to be a little bit short. But, we're talking inches here. You could legit stick the nose of the football across and probably get a first down. So 4th down and a short one for Crowley. They'll make some personnel changes here. Gosh, this is a big down if you're the Pioneers here. So Kennedy with Cotton to his left. Low snap. He'll keep it on the run. He's close. I don't think he got it.
Second effort may get it.
No, they're going to rule him short, I think, Jim.
No. Yeah, they're saying he did not make it.
He's short. What a stop by the Pioneers.
Outstanding.
So they had a 3rd and 1. Pioneers get a big stop. 4th and 1 with a big stop. That is something they got to keep your eyes on. Great job by the defensive unit up front, and that's just between the tackles.
Yeah, side judge Michael Corsi. We saw him shaking his head. No.
So
the replay here.
So a heck of a stop for Boswell there.
Well, good job by the defense. And this ball game's still close.
Yeah, it's a close one. The Boswell offense is going to have to help out this defense here, though, Jim. They need to put together a good drive and get this across to the 50. Here's a handoff to Richardson. Big hole. And there's a good run. Out to they'll give him the 14. So 2nd and 4 now. The Pioneers, they'll continue in this 2-back set that was introduced last week against Mansfield. Another handoff to Richardson. He was grabbed out of the horse collar. This is going to be a flag, and there's a cap on the ground. Keith, I'd love a replay on this to see the penalty on this one. Here it is. Here's a replay of what we just saw. To keep an eye on Jace Richardson, the ball carrier. Look at his upper body here. Yeah, right there. It should be horse collar. Did they take it away? No, it was called, so it will be a 15-yard penalty. And it was a face mask. Interesting.
Well, you saw his head move.
Yeah. It may have been 2 and 1, Jim. He may have grabbed a hold of the face mask and the jersey. And the jersey. So
with the pinky.
So it will be a first down and 10 from the 34. And now, Boswell offense, this is something you need to capitalize on. Go get some points. Here's a handoff to Lassiter. making some shifty moves, and it'll be a first down and more. Chance Lassiter.
Can he break?
Can he break off of it? Lassiter will cut it across well in the Crowley territory, and that is a 2024 Chance Lassiter run. Good to see that again.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what I was about to say. That's the Chance Lassiter. That's pre-injury Chance
Yes.
Lassiter.
So a good run from Chance Lassiter, and if you're the Pioneer offense, stick with this. Continue to run the football. Don't stop until they stop you. Hands it off again. Lassiter improvising, cuts it to the right side. He's flipped at the 35-yard line, gets up fine. Another good run again from Chance Lassiter. And you know, I'm looking over at this roster here. You see Chance Lassiter, how big he is. And we remember how big he was last year. This guy's still a junior, man. You got one more year of him.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them are juniors.
And Juju.
All three of them, in fact.
It's
The three-headed
unbelievable.
monster are juniors.
So Juju hands it off to Richardson around the left side. He's got to hoist the blockers. Big hole. Richardson to the 10, the 5. He's in a touchdown.
Yeah.
No flags on the field, and the Pioneers are on the board.
With a chance to take the lead.
And that was all set up by the run game of the two-back system. You don't know how to stop it because Juju can keep it on the read option. Chance is an option to keep it on the ground. And look at the replay. Look at those blockers upfield. Who's that on the outside? That's Porter Stevenson. That's a guy making plays in the open field. He knows he's not getting the ball, but he's blocking upfield. That is all set up by Porter Stevenson. Unbelievable by the receiver unit for the Pioneers. And as we await the PAT to take the lead here with 6:23 to play in the first half.
Yeah,
And
Perez with a chance to
so there is a penalty against the Pioneers. It happened after the touchdown. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike.
celebration.
Yeah, some unsportsmanlike, and I know the Pioneer coach is not going to be happy about this because it'll back them up 15 on the kick. But the PAT is good. So the Pioneers will take the lead here 7-6 in the first half, and that is just what you needed on the offensive side of the football. That three-headed monster, Jim.
He has got a supporter from all the way from California.
And that's got to be a huge boost for Boswell.
I mean, it is.
Crowley has controlled this game so far, and to be able to put together that drive and come away with points on your ground game, hey, I love it.
I mean, Jim, that's a 92-yard drive. They took over at their own 8-yard line. That is probably one of the best offensive possessions that they've had so far this season. And to do that backed up after getting a stop from 3rd and short to 4th and short, that is really key. And now you can kind of feel the momentum shift a little bit, but this is something that you have to keep going. Crowley's going to get the ball back in the second half. So not allowing any points here late in the first half is critical, I think, especially when you're talking about them getting the ball back in the second half. So you see the Pioneer special team, as we mentioned, with the penalty, they're going to be backed up a little bit. So Crowley is going to likely have some good field position here unless Boswell wants to try to boot this one deep.
Well, and Crowley has taken some chances with returning the football. So, you know, I think they just kind of, one of those low kind of squib kicks and see what they can get in maybe a way of a turnover.
Jason gets him up the chat room. Jake East says, let's go, Jason. Brady Rhodes says, twice as fast. And Brady, you can see him first. He's big, too.
Yeah, Jace runs 4.4, 40.
So the Pioneers will actually boot this one away. This is the furthest kick we've seen. What a good kick. It is picked up at the 12. And the Pioneers got to lock him up. Good job. So you turn a 15-yard penalty into them starting out at the 30-yard line. You'll take that any day of the week.
Absolutely.
So heck of a job.
And again, you saw it on that play. That ball kind of bouncing around there.
Yep.
Pick it up. Decide to pick it up and take it and run with it. We've seen that several times so far. I hope that the Pioneers get a chance to capitalize on that.
And I love Boswell kicking that deep there, Jim. Just going for it. Probably was not expecting that. Kennedy in the gun. He'll hand it up the middle to Cotton. He kicked it out to the left side. Got a good gain out to the 36.
Yeah, Major Diego again there on the stop for Boswell.
Really, if you're the Pioneer defense, it stop Cotton, stop Ellis. Make this a ball game, I think. 2nd and 5. We'll hand it up to Cotton again. There's a good stop. A good tackle there by 18.
Yeah, that's Maui Peters.
Now Maui Peters, the junior linebacker, and here we go again, 3rd and 5.
You know,
These third downs are critical.
Coach was telling me, Maui Peters doesn't say a lot. He doesn't talk a lot, but he lets his play talk on the field.
So 3rd down and 5. Pioneers showing blitz again. Back to pass is Kennedy, throws it to the left side. It's incomplete. Great coverage there by number 2, John Morales. He blew up that play of a 4-star recruit, Antavius Ellis, and the punting unit's coming out.
Yeah, he's in there for Canyon Diaz. And doing a good job. There is a size mismatch there. Morales is 5'7".
I mean, he's got 5 inches on him, Jim.
Yeah.
What a great play from John Morales, the senior. So now the Pioneers will get the ball back. Impending the punt. High snap.
Ooh.
This one is booted away. It's a short punt, though. And it'll roll out of bounds at the 46-yard line, and they'll give him the 47. So great field position for Boswell here. 5:16 to go in the first half. How about that defense, though, Jim?
Nice. I've done a good job.
And Crowley went
Doing what Coach Weaver asked them to do. They're staying focused, and they're playing hard.
Crowley went back. I was surprised that they went between the tackles again with Cotton. I was really shocked that time. Everything outside of the tackles has been, honestly, tonight for Cotton has been great. And even this season against Boswell has been great. Surprised they went between the tackles. They'll hand it off to Lasser, who try to kick it around to the right side, but Crowley's all over it. It's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, not a whole lot that time behind Mason. Lasser just didn't have anywhere to go.
So you see Crowley starting to load up this box a little bit, Jim. Try not to allow the big play in the run game to be a 2nd and 13. Here's a handoff to Richardson up the middle. Richardson, big hole. Richardson! Man, he's a shoestring tackle away from breaking out of that one, but it'll be a first down for Jace Richardson. He's shot out of there like a slingshot.
His explosiveness.
So we'll get a replay here.
Watch this
I
explosion.
mean, look at that. Just shot up the middle. I mean, he's a shoestring tackle away from getting out of that. So here's a handoff to Lassiter, who gets about 2 yards there, out to the 40-yard line. And I like this again.
Yeah, that time they ran behind 51, the other tackle. That's Ryland Underwood.
Boswell sticking with it.
And Richardson doesn't need a whole lot of room.
Low snap is picked up by Juju. It's a busted play. Juju's going to try to make something out of nothing. They'll run out of bounds, though. It's a big loss. These are these mistakes, Jim, that we talked about at the just critical times. You got the momentum. You're driving down the field. Low snap. I mean, these are things they got to tidy up, especially in a tight game like this.
You know, they say that there's 5 plays.
Yep.
You can normally point to 5 plays.
We saw it last week.
That make a difference in the football game. I'm kind of hoping this ain't one of them.
Yeah. So 3rd and 10, we got 3:52 remaining here in the first half. Juju ran out of bounds, though, so clock stopped. Trips out to the left. Juju back to pass. Looks, throws this one deep down the field. It is intended for Lassiter, incomplete. If that pass is just a little bit lower, we're talking about a massive first down. But that is a very tough pass to make, Jim. You had 2 Crowley defenders right there. It had to be almost perfect. As the Pioneer punting unit will come out. They
Yeah,
just
2
missed him.
defenders. Oof. Yeah, if he had to come up, that would have been a highlight reel for Lassiter.
I mean, Lassiter was sizing that up too. I mean, that pass was able to be caught if it was a little bit lower. As we've got some indication on the field. Not sure what's happening. Some Foot Locker convention. Not sure what's
It's
happening.
like after that timeout, they're a different team.
Yeah. So Boswell will punt this one away. Crowley gets the ball back quick. This is all of a sudden turned into a defensive bout between these two teams. It's a high punt, though. It'll fall and roll and be picked up at the 17-yard line. That's where Crowley will take over with 3:34 to go in the first half.
Miners did a good job of getting down there and covering. I remember what happened to them in Forney.
Yeah.
Forney picked up the punt and was able to take it back for a touchdown after the Pioneers kind of gave up on the play thinking it was blown dead.
Fellas, would you believe that 50 minutes clock time almost halftime?
Crazy. So Kennedy back in the gun with Cotton after a few stalled drives. Kennedy back to pass now. Throws this out to the left side. This is Ellis. And he'll run out of bounds. Be close to the first down. I don't think they're going to give him it, though. It's going to be a 2nd and short coming up. A 2nd and short, as we've got a chain crew issue over here. The pad has fallen off of the flag stick as they're continuing on with the play. Here's a handoff to Cotton around the left side. He's got a good block. It'll be a first down. He did not get out of bounds, though, so this clock should run when the sticks are set.
Major Diego on the tackle for Boswell.
So Crowley showing a little bit of tempo here, not making any subs. Clock will continue to roll. 3:14 to go in the first half. Pioneers showing blitz. Hand off to Cotton. And he'll get a couple there.
It was just, I don't know if you saw that, but
Here's the replay.
He almost had it. If you look down here on the near end, they almost
That blitzer right on that hole.
almost had that stock.
Yeah, right here. Just cut it. Yeah.
Yep. Ran right at him.
So 2nd and 7. For Crowley, here's a handoff to Cotton. It was that delayed handoff, and
And nothing doing.
yeah, nothing doing. He's right back at the line of scrimmage. So all of a sudden, again, 3rd down and 7. Man, Solis has really come along the last
I
2
really
weeks.
like him out there on the edge.
Good kid too. He was on the show this week.
Smart.
Yes, very
I
smart.
couldn't believe how smart he was.
Yeah.
He, in preparation for the show, his dad and he was telling me they actually rehearsed before he came on the
That's
show.
awesome.
That's a first.
So 3rd and 7 now for Crowley. They don't have to snap this ball, but they do. Kennedy back to pass, looking under pressure, rolling out to his left side. He throws it down the field. It's incomplete. And there is a late flag that comes out, though. So this will go against. That is Major Diego. Can we get a replay here, Keith, to see?
I don't know if it's going to catch it. Or
Yeah, I'm not sure if we caught it or not. It was close, I think. So he rolls out. Yeah, I mean, it's close. Sometimes you just you get too beat on it, and you want to make a tackle right before the ball gets there.
And he kind of knew whenever he made the tackle.
Oh, did this
Wait
get
a minute.
picked up?
This is against. No.
Did this get picked up, Jim?
No.
No. Okay, yeah, they're marking it and going back. Yeah.
35.
I was about to say, I was like,
But it's an automatic first down.
yeah, it will be an automatic first down for Crowley. And Jim, you had it. You had to stop on 3rd down, but it's just another, again, critical penalties at the wrong times. Keeps the drive alive for Crowley. All right, midfield. This will be the last play before the 2-minute timeout. Kennedy hands it off to Cotton. They're trying to utilize the open field tackle. What a tackle!
Oh,
The flag is out there.
Going to get a flag, maybe a face.
Yeah, it's likely going to be a face mask against Noah Karstens. He had a great beat on the ball. It was going to be one of the best open field tackles we've seen this season. But it'll be another 15-yard penalty. We'll see the replay here. Crowley tried to exploit those outside tackles, and just grabbed him.
Just grabbed him and pulled him down.
That's going to be called 9 times out of 10 on the field. And, I mean, Jim, that's 30 yards of penalties on back-to-back plays. Not something that you want late in here in the first half.
And we've got a timeout on the field.
Right, 2-minute timeout.
So the 2-minute timeout is here. It is new in high school football this year, but we do have 1:56 remaining.
So we'll take a quick break real quick.
So we're back here in the second quarter of play with 1:56 remaining, where the Pioneers lead Crowley 7-6. But Crowley is actually driving, not due to their play on the field, but two costly penalties from the Pioneers on back-to-back plays. 30 yards of penalties the last two plays. Crowley has 3 timeouts, 1:56, and only 35 yards to go. They have more than enough time. Kennedy's going to swing this out. Low pass caught by Cotton. No, not Cotton. There'll be a first down. That was Joseph Banks on the reception. The sophomore tailback just swung him out to the left side and gets the first down.
It puts them in striking distance.
Yeah, he didn't get out of bounds, though, so the clock restarts. Down to 1:40, first down. Hands it off to the right side. Pioneers are there, though. Good stop. As they went to Banks again. And number 34, Edgar Trevino, was there to make the tackle. So Crowley's trying to use some clock here, not allow Boswell to have even a chance.
Yeah, because Boswell has the momentum.
Crowley wants to score before the half so they can get it back in the second half. Kennedy, back to pass, looks, throws it to the right side. It is caught inside the 10, brought out of bounds. The clock will stop.
He's right there at the stick.
And he's right at the sticks. He's going to be close. Are they going to give him it, though? They will.
They give it to him.
So first down now and goal. See where they spot him. They'll spot him at the 7. So 1:04 left. Crowley's got all the time in the world to get this one into the end zone. Kennedy hands it off to Cotton. They'll be brought down at the 4. And again, more than enough time for them to get in the end zone. They're going quick, though. Boswell may want to think about getting a timeout off here. Show him blitz. Hand. Oh, he stopped.
In the back.
Pioneers are all over. That's number 38. Busted up the middle. Jackson Zhisheng with a good tackle, and Crowley may have to call a timeout now. No, they don't. They're going to continue this clock to roll. So third down and goal from the 9. 30 seconds now on the game clock. They have yet to call any of their 3 timeouts, surprisingly. 22 on the play clock, on the game clock now. 20, 19, 18. Kennedy in the gun. He'll snap it at 16. Kennedy back to pass. Looking under pressure. Scrambling up the middle. He'll be brought down. He's pushing. He's short. He's down at the 2. They'll call a timeout with 7 seconds left. And Jim, what do you think they're going to do here with this will be the last play of the first half.
Cotton left side.
Yeah. I think you utilize outside the tackles here and see what you can do. I mean, he's stopped at the 1. So we'll bring you back. Earlier on their last possession, they had, or 2 possessions ago, excuse me, they had a 3rd down and 1 from the 9, didn't get it. 4th down and 1 from the 9, didn't get it. So all of a sudden, again, we're looking at 1 yard to go, remaining here in the first half. This is a big time play in this game, Jim. It really is.
So it's on the right hash mark. I look for them to spread this thing out as wide as they can, and we'll just run it to the left.
And I mean, Jim, you're looking at this play here. They get into the end zone. We're talking about them having a 1-score lead with the ball to start the second half. They don't get it. We're back to where we're at. They get the ball back to start the second half. Pioneers have some life and momentum with 2 key stops in the red zone in the first half of play. So a big time play here. This should be the last one of
so Ellis
the possession.
Out.
So Ellis is out.
Look at all this space out here.
Here's a handoff up the middle. No, he'll keep it. Kennedy. He's got he's short. He may have got in.
No indication.
No indication.
Where is the one?
Was there? I didn't see any
I
indication.
haven't seen any indication. I think he's short.
Ear touch.
Oh, no, he's in. Yeah, so these officials are confusing us here.
Who? I don't see the official giving the indication.
Hold on.
Yeah, here's the replay. Don't have an indication here. Don't have an indication there. Don't have an. We have.
It's got to be the guy down here.
Yeah, it's got to be it's the guy. It's the line judge down here. So interesting. All right, so it's a touchdown for Crowley, and they'll take a 5-point lead, impending the extra point, and Pioneers just inches away from getting a big time stop, and now they're going to be trailing before the half. Jim, what's kind of the mindset for the defense?
I mean, so they came into the game 28-point underdog. They've hung with Crowley, took a lead. That's got to be a confidence booster for them going into the locker room. Now it comes down to the coaching staff.
Yeah.
What adjustments do they make? How do they keep this momentum for Boswell?
I think as well, Jim, when you talk about this second half possession on defense, is going to be the biggest one out of the break, because Crowley goes down and gets a score. You're looking down 2 possessions in a game
that's a killer.
It's a killer, especially when you're talking about Crowley, who runs the football well, and Boswell, who their offense is 80% run. You milk out a lot of clock when you're running the football, so you run out of a lot of time in the second half if you're down 2 possessions. And Crowley's going to go for 2 here to try to make this a 7-point game as they missed the PAT last possession. Ellis in motion. Kennedy will swing it out to Ellis. Ellis will throw it on the double pass, wide open, and it is caught. The 2-point conversion is good by Zamirian Burton. And they now lead by 7, and the Superman does it again.
Trick play does it.
Yeah, we'll see the replay. So Ellis goes out in motion, and it's a backwards pass to him, all legal. And then Pioneer DB right there left his man, thought it was going to be a run play, but it ended up being a pass.
Yeah, just Pioneers bet on it once I saw him.
He was wide open, Burton in the end
Ellis
zone.
catching.
So with 2 seconds remaining, this should likely be the last play, unless it is fair caught. Then we'll likely just see a kneel before the end of the half.
Well, we got a quick break. Let's check in on some scores real quick. We've got Mansfield Legacy 21, Kent Weatherford 7.
Wow. Weatherford fall from the dust.
Mansfield Tigers 21, Mansfield Lake Ridge 7.
Wow. Mansfield up 2 score all of a sudden, Jim.
All of a sudden, good.
Yeah.
So let's see what else we got.
Yeah, this district is wide open, I think. I really do. I think when you look at the Mansfield teams, they're very, very similar, I think. And you look at North Crowley's your top dog. I don't know if there's a clear number 2 in this district. That's where it makes it a little interesting, kind of down the stretch, because we may be talking tiebreaker scenarios if Mansfield wins tonight. I really do, because you get down later in the season, you start talking about, did Boswell beat this team by 18 or more? Did they lose to this team by 18 or more?
I love it when Peyton gets energized.
Man, the tiebreakers.
Peyton's pumped right now.
I love the tiebreakers. And they'll do an onside kick. It's recovered, and they fall on it. Wow, I didn't think that took up 2 seconds, but it does. So that'll do it for the first half of play here at the Boswell Hall, where the Pioneers trail Crowley 14-7. Here in the first half, I'll send it over to Jim.
Yeah, we go into the half here. This halftime is brought to you by the good folks at Lone Star Insurers. And I tell you, if you need anything in the way of health, home, auto, boat, life insurance, Paul Jacobs has got it all. He saved me a lot of money on my insurance, and I think he can save you as well. They're right there on Boat Club Road. Check out Lone Star Insurers. We're going to take a quick break away from the microphone, enjoy a little taco casa up here in the press box. And while we do that, we invite you to enjoy the Band of Gold and Pure Gold, along with the Crowley Band and Dance Team. And we'll be back here in about 28 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Ember Evans and SMD, please help me walk to the field. The 2025-2026 Crowley High School Contest. The men officers for the talented are Captain William McPherson, Senior Sergeant Maya Hughes, Senior Sergeant Angel Ricky, Lieutenant Alexis Rodriguez, Lieutenant J.L. Brown, Line Leader Eric Chavez, Line Leader Amaya Williams, Social Officers of Talent are Kelsey Jackson and Anissa Simpson. Talents of the week are Brianna Lyons and Isabella Richard. Tonight, the Talents will be performing a long routine to Bang. One more time, give it up for the Crowley High School Talents. Good evening, gentlemen. Please welcome to the field for your athletic event, the largest and largest here on today's contest, the Crowley High School Mighty Eagle Band. The band is led by drumming from Nashville, Christian McLaughlin, and head drumming, Christine Haverlock. Tonight, the Mighty Eagle Band will perform their 25 Royal Production title, Desperado. Ronnie to the whiskey airline, please go band way. Give it up one more time for Crowley. So, mighty man. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, welcome to Sparkling Shining Boswell High School. The high king hot seven always dancing. You're going to consider the next thing of the good name safe, so changing numerous signs over the past years. Social opposites are. Martins, Tiffany Coleman, and Henry Sutter. Officers for the 2025 season are Junior Lieutenant Besta, Junior Lieutenant Costa, Junior Lieutenant Kevin Wynn, Senior Lieutenant Mason, and Major Julian. We're going to the direction of Katie Hurst and Assistant Director Noelia Hallsbrooks. Award-winning Horseman Honor, Rookie of the Week, Legacy Jordan. Veteran of the Week, Julian Gamoon. Spirit of the Week, Henry Sutter. And Teacher of the Week, Miss Pryor. We hope that you enjoyed tonight's performance by the Pure Gold Destiny. Gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Boswell High School basketball. Mr. Dusty Silver, Mr. Shortstone, Mr. Bill Teal, Mr. Tyler Wilson, and Mr. Mark Alexander. The performance success of the band goal is driven by its middle school leaders and their directors, Dr. Vince Schaefer and Miss Taylor Haley from Wayside Middle School, and Mr. Scott McLean and Miss Marissa Hamilton from Creekview Middle School. The band goal students of the week are Andrew Brown, Eli Schaefer, and James Solis. Taylor Haley, the trumpet. Boswell band, Golden Apple, recognizing the Boswell staff for each week goes to Miss Amy Hurst. A portion of the 2025 contest show, Someplace, Somewhere. Drum makers are Miranda Brown, Haley Delgado, Daniel Howard, and Tiny Boswell. Drum makers, is the band ready? We can see the field with the performance of Someplace, Somewhere.
All right, we are about 4 minutes and 45 seconds for the second half here at Nate. I tell you what, this one has been kind of a shocker to me because I, kind of thought that Crowley would have put up a lot more points by now, but
And we came in underdogs by 24 points.
yeah. Boswell's done a good job in the first half. Actually led up until the last couple of minutes. Crowley was able to score, but defense is getting after it.
Yeah, the defense is doing really well. They've done a really good job of not really letting Ellis or Cotton really pick up any big chunk plays. Those chunk plays have really come by penalties and a few others on the Crowley offense. So they're taking away their two big playmakers. That's really been their answer defensively so far in this game. And man, you hate to think if they just don't commit those two penalties before the end of the half, or do they still have the lead here at halftime? I don't know.
Yeah, Ellis really kind of quiet. He had a couple of big catches, but has not done the damage that we thought he might do.
Yeah, that's where it makes me.
And the big story, I tell you who the stud has been so far in this game for both teams is Jace Richardson.
Yeah, he's been the guy, man. He's ever since he's basically been given the keys to the car. He's been the main guy in basically every game. I mean, we saw it last week. Him and Lassiter were basically that two-headed monster, and tonight he's just continued what he's been doing. He's been doing Jace Richardson things.
Yeah,
busting up the middle and getting big gains.
And he's finding holes where holes don't really exist.
Let's see. I also saw. Oh, sorry. The other thing that I saw too that was really impressive to me was Chance Lassiter carrying that one carrying the back with him a good 10 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has shown some flashes of what he did last year. And so, Hayden, what do you do going into the second half? What adjustments do you make?
I think the biggest thing is they've got to, on these critical downs, these third and longs, these second and longs, they've got to make the open field tackle for one, which they were doing on that last drive, but they've also got to do it clean. They cannot commit costly penalties. If you make an open field tackle and have a big loss, it doesn't do you any good if you're grabbing them by the face mask. It doesn't do you any good if you put pressure on a quarterback and he's scrambling out to the left side and he's going to miss the receiver, but you hit the receiver before the ball's even there. Those are some things where you tweak those, it could be a 7-6 ball game, but instead you're down 7. So it's one of those things here in the second half, Jim, to start this. The Boswell defense is going to have to get a stop. They have to. If they go down by 2 touchdowns here midway through the third quarter, it could be a very steep uphill battle the rest of the way.
Yeah, you take away that last 2 minutes of the second quarter, and Boswell goes into the locker room with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, 1-point lead, and Crowley would get the ball back, and we could just be right back to what it was on that previous possession. But now you're about to go back on defense, down a possession, and it's the biggest possession of the game so far. You have got to get a stop and get this offense back on the field, and so you can go match points.
You got to set the tone for the second half right now.
That too, Jim, and we were talking about in earlier, the Pioneer offense is not built on throwing the ball around the field. They run the football, so there's not a lot of possessions left in this game for them offensively here in the second half, especially for Crowley, because Crowley runs the football well too, so you're running out of time here if you allow a touchdown here on this possession.
From a few scores from the district across the wire here. This was not in our district, but Chisholm Trail in a close one against Haskell in the second quarter. They're up 14-7. And then Mansfield Legacy, a team that the Pioneers still have to face next Thursday night. They're up 21-14 over the Weatherford Kangaroos. And of course, our score here, Crowley Eagles lead 14-7 over Boswell. And then the Mansfield Tigers, who Boswell played last week in a very close one, 21-14 over Mansfield Lake Ridge, who the Pioneers will actually face at the end of this.
That's what I'll let you finish that one, Jim.
And then Saginaw Rough Riders all over Trimble Tech, 41-0. Of course, North Crowley was idle tonight. And so that's what your district looks like so far.
Honestly, Jim, you look at these scores, all of a sudden, Lake Ridge looks gettable. I don't think.
Yeah, we thought Lake Ridge was going to be this powerhouse.
Yeah, again, as this game has progressed and as these other games, and again, you don't really get a glimpse of how everything's going to go until everybody plays each other in district. We haven't seen really anything that there's a clear-cut number 2 team in this district.
Well, I'm hoping for the Boswell Pioneers that they are excited down there on the field. As you see, this quarter is brought to you by the zoo.net.
The Zoo.
The Zoo, kind of unique. It's internet-based, free, thousands of titles in the library, and that's all your favorites from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it's done by a real old-school DJ, and it kind of gives you that old zoo feel. That's the zoo.net.
So here we go, guys. Second half of play ready to get underway from the Ball is Mahal, and we've been blessed through 5 weeks of just spectacular weather to start the football season here. Not any rain.
Not too hot.
Yeah, not too hot.
No rain out.
Yeah. And I may be jinxing us. We may be setting up some rain showers and some snow later in the season. But
that game in November.
Yeah. But halfway through the year, I mean, we're feeling good. We're feeling good. We got a little bit of a win here tonight, but as the interesting thing about this stadium, Jim, when you get in between kind of the 20 to the 20, you kind of have a little bit of a wind block if you have a crosswind. So it hasn't really affected that middle part of the field. It's kind of those end zone areas.
Well, and it's died down a little bit.
Yeah.
Flags aren't sticking straight.
And Boswell's going to come out with an onside, but it's recovered by Crowley. Sorry about that, Jim. Coming out with an onside to start the second half.
You know, I tell you what, Peyton, I knew that was coming. I just knew it was coming. They want to set the tone. They want to get the momentum. I think they feel like they can hang with Crowley.
But with the field position, Jim, are you a little worried about that now that the field has been cut in half?
Yeah, you take that gamble. You take that chance. So now it's up to your defense to get a stop.
Instead of them setting up about 20, 30 yards back, I mean, they're about almost midfield here. Pioneer defense is going to need a big stop. Kennedy in the gun, hands it off to Cotton. And a group of Pioneers there to stop him. I think it was supposed to be an RPO. Ellis was a little frustrated that he was wide open over there on the sideline. I think he was frustrated Kennedy didn't pull it and throw it over to him. So 2nd and 5. Kennedy throws the little bubble screen to the left side. That's Burton. He gets it across the 40-yard line to the 37. It'll be a first down for Crowley. Yeah, all of a sudden, I don't know about that onside, Jim.
Yeah. So John Morales, again, back in the game, and they're just attacking his side.
First down now. Kennedy hands it again to Cotton. There's a big hole. Cotton with his biggest run of the night gets it inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, the 17. And that is not how the Pioneer defense or the team wanted to start the second half. A score here by Crowley makes it a very massive uphill battle for the Boswell offense.
Something we haven't talked about much. Amy Schneider is joining us right now.
Hands it off to Cotton, 4 on the exchange, but it's a walk-in touchdown, went untouched. And, man, I mean, that was just pick and pop, easy. Touchdown possession there for Crowley. And now it's an uphill battle, Jim.
Yep, 2-score game. You've got to answer. This Boswell offense cannot afford not to answer.
I say the only bright side of it, 58 seconds only ticked off the clock, so not a lot of game clock ran off. Like we said, the Boswell offense, they use a lot of clock when they have a good offensive drive and get points, as the PAT is good. So it'll be a 21-7 lead. Now it almost feels like must score, though, Jim.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Pioneers have got to respond to the score. If they allow Crowley to get the ball back and score again, that's pretty much church.
Yeah. So a big possession.
Amy's afraid she's jinxed it now.
What's that?
I said Amy thinks she's jinxed it now.
Leave, Amy, leave.
Oh, no, not Amy. Amy's our good luck charm.
That's right. Love our Reds barbecue.
So 11:02 to play in the third, as Boswell trails now by 2 touchdowns. How did we get here, though? Boswell, crazily enough, with 7 seconds to go in the first half, had a 7-6 lead, and a minute 05 later, they now trail 21-7. So a big swing in such a short amount of time across the end of the first half and into the beginning of the second half.
I'd love to see her run back right.
I would too. That would be the punch in the mouth that Boswell would need.
Well, we saw what happened when they got up on Alton. This crowd just exploded. They're pretty quiet right now.
Yeah, very quiet. Pink out game. There's not a bad crowd out here
maybe
tonight.
Maybe half the stands are filled.
This one is booted. And it is returned at the 28-yard line, and that's actually a good return for that line of defense for the special teams of Boswell. So that is where the Pioneers will take over. They'll place them at the, I'm going to give them the 33. Give them the 33. So that is where
He was Colton Corsi return.
this is where this unit will take over. The three-headed monster is what we call Juju, Lassiter, and Jace Richardson. They're back out there in the two-back set. And they'll continue where they left off. Here's a handoff to Richardson. I'll get a gain of one.
Out of one. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Crowley's going to start swarming to the football here, Jim. Start loading up that box. You may have to go out of your comfort zone at some point and start throwing this pill around, I think.
Yeah.
2nd and 9.
Kind of got to watch that battle in the trenches
Yep.
behind Meese and how he goes, the Pioneers go.
Juju, hand off to Richardson again. Here's a hole. Cuts it out to the left side. Jace Richardson gets the first down out to the 46-yard line.
And again, if we can replay that, I don't know, but that was designed to go behind Meeson.
Yep.
You'll watch him here. He goes to the line, right behind Meeson, cuts back the block.
I mean, it's just beautiful.
And
That
just
vision.
finds the hole, and everything collapsed inside. Big run for
That
Richardson.
vision's great. Here's another handoff to Richardson. He will get about a yard. I'm noticing here when they kind of put it in between the guard, it's a little bit tough. When they put it to that tackle, that's where they're coming out with that big space there. Got another 2nd and 9 coming up. Lassiter is still in the game. He's at slot receiver on your side of the screen. Juju hands it to Richardson again, and Richardson, look at the
Deep
slingshot. He's close to the sticks.
Wow, that's just
They're going to give him it. It's a first down. I mean, my word. Jace Richardson, I think he's kind of solidified himself over the last 2 weeks as the #1 tailback. It'll be a first down from the Crowley 44. This is just the start to the drive that you needed. Juju is going to throw a little screen out to Lassiter. Lassiter breaks a tackle. He stepped out. That could have easily turned into something crazy.
Nice job by Lassiter. I kind of like that.
Yeah, get him
Lassiter
involved.
out into space.
Yeah, that's something when Lassiter's out in space and he's able to show his strength. I mean, it takes a lot to bring this guy down. You see on the replay, he's just held up barely and got spun out. It'll be a 2nd down and 1. The Pioneers. Here's a handoff to Richardson around the left side. He's got to make it around. He's going to be close. No, he's going to
right at.
Yeah, he may have got half a yard on that point. So it's going to be 3rd down and half a yardstick.
Well, they're going to go 4 downs here.
Yeah, I mean, you run the ball again, I think. Run the football. Crowley's loading that box. Showing the blitz. Here's a handoff to Richardson. Richardson's going to get it. It's a first down. More than enough for the first down. They'll move the sticks, and it's just what you needed.
Yeah, that time they got a good push by Ryland Underwood, that the right tackle. And Richardson, of course, like he always does, did the rest.
You got to think here now, Jim, with this spot of the field, this much time left here in the third, down 2 scores, it is a 4-down territory the rest of the way. Here's a handoff to Lassiter. Good gain out to the 30. It looked like he was going to be stopped up,
That picked up 2 extra yards. They had him stopped at the 32, and he just kept driving.
Yeah, that's something that is the difference between Lassiter and Richardson. Richardson's kind of that slingshot. He's going to get you those yards immediately. Lassiter's that guy. He's going to ground and pound and carry some guys with him. And they'll throw it out to the left side. There's Peyton Rhodes. And he's slung out of bounds. His first catch of the night. And it's a gain of, we'll give him 2 out to the 28. So now you got a 3rd and 7.
And
Jim, what do you,
these are those tough.
yeah, these are the tough downs for the Pioneer offense. But I mean, you got to be thinking it's 4-down territory here, Jim. So you're honestly approaching this down like it's second, but they'll give them 5. So it's 2nd and 5, or excuse me, 3rd and 5 here. But I'm thinking 2nd and 5 if I'm the coaches. Here's a handoff to Richardson, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Now it gets tough. Now it gets tough. As a 1st down conversion is massive for the Pioneers here offensively in this game. We got 7:30 to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, they got to get to the 23.
23 is the line to gain. Lassiter now moves out to the slot. They're still loading that box. Juju back to pass, throws to the right side. It is low and caught by Peyton Rhodes. It is caught. It's the 1st down. So Peyton Rhodes runs a little hitch route. He was just wide open and got the 1st down. Surprised they gave him that much space. Now, Jim, what do you do? Ground and pound, I think. Yeah, back to the ground you go, I think.
Try to get that replay, but
Man, they got a lot of open space there to the left.
Here's a handoff to Richardson. Richardson trying to find something. Good gain, though. Inside the 15-yard line.
Barbecue red zone. Red's barbecue is hot, and so are the Pioneers.
Hot and ready. 2nd and 7 now. Jim, I mean, I'm looking at it. Wide open space out to that left side. And that's where Juju goes. Keeps it on the read option. And he'll be slung out at the 11. And that's secondary for Crowley, man. They just swarm to the football there.
But the good news is now, did they give him the 11? Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5. I mean, that's manageable.
It's manageable. Crowley is, I think the last few plays have done a really good job of open field tackling, not really allowing them to get around the edge. But again, another big down here, John. 3rd and 5. Juju. Keeps it.
Nice.
Juju's in. Touchdown. The read option works, and the Pioneers are on the board for the 1st time here in the 2nd half.
They faked everybody out.
Let's see that replay again, Keith. I mean,
here it comes.
Jim, if you want to talk a little bit through this one.
Yeah, he's just going to fake it to Richardson going to his left. Same thing they've seen the past few plays. They'll go behind Meeson, open up that big hole on the right side, and Juju's just able to walk in.
You knew it was coming. We haven't really seen the read option much tonight. There's a lot of ground and pound with the other tailbacks as the PAT is good. And Boswell, just the answer that they needed. We knew that Crowley was going to hopefully, or they were going to be hoping to come out in the 2nd half, get some points. Boswell answers. Now your defense has got to get a stop here.
Yeah, it's back to a 1-score game, and you get the defense to step up and get a stop. The Pioneer offense has showed that they can move the football on the ground.
And this is where, Jim, when you look back at the onside kick, honestly, I think it was a smart decision. It was a win-win, I think, for the Pioneers. If you get it right, you get the ball back. You're down 7. If you don't get it, like what happened, Crowley took over in good field position, marched down the field, only took off 58 seconds of game clock, which if they are back here, they'll probably take off 3-4 minutes likely with how much they run the football. And we're likely sitting where this clock's at right now when Boswell gets the ball back. Now we're 6:20 here in the 3rd quarter. There's a lot more time than I thought was going to be with how I was expecting that possession to go. So really good job, I think, by the Pioneer coaching staff and offense there to get some gnarly and some gritty conversions on 3rd and 4th down.
And not give up.
Yeah, not give up, man. I mean, Lassiter rolling, Jace Richardson rolling, Peyton Rhodes. He's had two big catches on that possession after being cold all night.
Good job for Peyton to come back on that 2nd catch.
Yeah.
And pick it up.
Critical catch.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was low. I mean, it was an unbelievable grab from Peyton Rhodes. As this one is booted away, it will be returned inside the 15 of Crowley. And, I mean, look at this hands team from the Pioneer special teams. Really good. Led by Matt Smith, coach for the Pioneers. I've been saying it wrong the last few weeks, Jim. I was told by one of the coaches I mixed up the special teams coaches. I made a change recently, so Emerson's no longer the special teams coach anymore. So it's actually Matt Smith. Coach Emerson's now the assistant head coach. So apologies again to Coach Emerson for that over the last few weeks. So 1st and 10. They'll throw it out to the left side. High grab, but caught. And it's going to be a 1st down and more. You knew it. There's Ellis.
Yeah, Ellis just a good block down there by the outside receiver.
I mean, even that grab, Jim.
Yeah, that was really Burton gets a lot of credit for that because it was a good.
I mean, look at the grab, block. High pass. Yeah. I mean, it just showed off his vertical right there. Just good job by a future Division I football player. And there's a timeout on the field. And we'll stay here.
Who called the timeout?
There was just a little bit of an issue. I think Solis just had a little bit of a cramp on the field. So we'll stay here.
And we'll check back in on some scores. We've got Chisholm Trail up 21-14 over Pascal. Mansfield Legacy 21, Weatherford 14 now. You've got our score here 21-7. You've got Mansfield 21, Langridge 14 in the 3rd quarter. Just got it started. And then you got Saginaw up 41-3 over Trimble Tech at halftime.
And that's a tight one. That's a tight one over there at Saginaw.
Oh, well, we know it would be.
It's going to be a no-blighter, man.
I don't know.
So 1st down and 10 for Crowley from their own 43. Kennedy hands it to Cotton. Boswell is just all over it, though. Gets to the 45.
Doing a great job against the run tonight. That's been I think that's been keeping them in the game.
One of the things that I was thinking about that the Pioneers are missing from that team 2 years ago is the ability to get turnovers.
Yep.
Haven't seen a whole lot of turnovers.
Not a lot of turnovers.
By the defense.
2nd 8 showing blitz. Here's a handoff to Cotton again.
Oh, nice.
Good stop.
Good wrap up that time by Douglas Cook.
So now all of a sudden, Jim, again, 3rd and 8. These critical downs. This has been the Achilles heel for Boswell in this game and throughout the season. Getting 3rd down stops.
Got to get guys off the field.
No penalties. Be smart. This is going to be an obvious passing play. I'd look at the top of your screen. Look for Ellis to get the ball here. Kennedy back to pass. Looks. Under pressure. He's going to scramble up the middle. He's brought down, though. Oh, no, you can't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
No penalty thrown. Pioneers are fortunate, though.
Yeah,
so it was a great play.
Can't stand over and taunt.
Yeah, great play by Douglas Cook. He is lucky that a flag was not thrown because he did some obvious taunting there on the quarterback for Crowley, Kennedy.
Colin Dixon's checking in.
Colin Dixon, how you doing, man? Former Boswell.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. Boswell timeout.
And wow, so that is not what you want. The Pioneers, it looked like there was some personnel problems on the field, so they burn a timeout. Looked like there was only 10 on the field. And Jim, it's just like last week. Burn the timeout in the 3rd quarter when you don't want to, but it's these critical errors where it comes back to bite you. So now they're going to be without a 3rd timeout the rest of the way.
I'm wondering if Cook doesn't get a talking to.
Yeah, I mean,
I like the excitement. I really do.
But you do that the other way.
You got to be smart.
You make the play. You do it to your teammate.
Yeah.
You get in their face, you go crazy. Sorry, guys, but you get in their face, you go crazy. You don't do it to the quarterback. Like I said, that could have easily been 15.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the last 3 critical downs and the last 3 possessions. That's 45 yards of penalties that it could have been.
When I kind of saw it a little bit different. I saw it as I didn't see him look like.
No, he was. He was bent over.
Yeah, he was in his face.
I didn't have my face on the big screen that we got it, but it looked to me like he was trying to lift him up. But
no.
I clearly, like I said, I'm looking at a much too smaller screen. So.
Yeah, to be fair to Keith, he's on a. Me and Jim basically have a 50-inch in front of us, and Keith's looking at a 15-inch over here. So. Here's a stab, and a punt is away. It'll be fair caught. by Peyton Rhodes, as where Pioneers will take over from their own 29. And Jim, you got to like where the Boswell's at right now.
Yeah, they've got some energy. They've got some excitement. A little bit of Mo seems to be going in their direction. So if they can tie this thing up, who knows?
Yeah, you never know what could happen. I think we talked about in the pregame, who wins in the trenches is going to be likely who wins this football game. And so far in the second half, Boswell, I think, has really won in the trenches. Have done a really good job stopping the run and ran the football well in the last offensive possession. They got to do it here again, though.
Yeah, Meeson and Underwood have been doing a good job.
Juju hands it off to Richardson. He's going to cut it around the left side, makes a move inside the 30, and look, that's just making something out of nothing there.
So, you know what? I like that. I like what he did there. They were stringing him out. It was going to be a no gain. He cut it back inside and picks up a good 4 yards.
Yeah, good run there from Chase Richardson.
Look at that. Just explodes back to the right. That should have been a no gain.
Picking up those tough yards. Second down and 6. Two-back set now for the Pioneers. Hands it off to Lassiter now around the right side. He's got blockers. Lassiter, oh, man, if he cuts it. Oh, wait.
He's still going.
He's going to be a yard
short. Be short, but
this is something, Jim.
That's third down and short.
Yeah, third down and short. But, Jim, I've got to let Lassiter finish his runs, man.
Yeah.
This guy, you always think he's down, but he's not. This goes back to last year. Look at the replay. Just shows off the strength. He's got blockers, and
nice.
He's just carrying 3 Crowley defenders.
But that's what he did in the first half, too.
Yeah. So 3rd and 1, big time down here for the Boswell offense. Hands it off to Richardson. Richardson, he's got it. First down.
Got it. Barely got it, but he got to the 40.
He's out to the 40-yard line. So a first down for Boswell, and man, you just gotta love this two-headed attack.
And then at the right time, you throw in the third one.
Yep. You never know when Juju's going to keep it a run, and he is a threat with the football in his hands. As Boswell's going to make a personnel change at it looks like the right tackle position.
Who's number 62?
Yeah, the right tackle position. Now 71 is in the game. Marquise Villarreal at tackle. They'll hand it off to Richardson around the left side. Richardson brought down at the 42. We'll get a gain of 2.
Looks like
oh no! Wow.
6.
Yeah, that's
4.
Wow.
I'm about to say it.
Yeah, what's happening here? So the line judges are no, they gave him the 42.
Okay.
That 4 line judge was a little. He was anticipating the usual Richardson runs there. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Juju back to pass, looks, throws it across the middle. It's caught by Lassiter. Lassiter breaks a tackle out to the 50. First down and 4. Lassiter into Crowley territory, and that is what you do, Jim.
Yep.
Get the ball to your playmakers.
You gotta get Lassiter some space. I think he runs more comfortable out there.
I mean, look at this. Just a little crosser. He's wide open. That's beautiful.
And then his physical strength to carry the player.
Yeah, Lassiter, man, he probably has 5 or 6 stiff arms a game. Here's a delayed handoff. No, it's kept by Juju on the read option. Makes a move, but he's going to lose.
Oh.
He'll get a yard.
He had me fooled. I thought James had me.
This time I didn't get fooled, though, Jim. I usually do. The read option has got me the last few weeks. It'll be a 2nd down and 9. This is where, Jim, you probably just want to set up 3rd down and 5. 3rd down 5, 3rd down and 4. Juju hands it off to Lassiter. Hands it off to Richardson. He just followed his blocker out to the, I'll give him the 34. Bring him 3rd down. So now you got about 3rd down and 6, Jim. Obvious 4-down territory.
Yeah, that one's tough.
Lassiter now will move to the slot position. Crowley is definitely going to be anticipating that under route again from Lassiter, I think. Juju hands it off to Richardson, cuts it to the left side. Richardson, he gets around that. All of a sudden, we may have gotten a 1st down, but he's going to be short, well short.
Big play here for Boswell.
It'll be a 4th down and They'll give them 3. I don't think they're going to snap this ball, though, Jim. They don't have to.
Wow, how about that? I think literally we probably in 20 minutes now.
Yeah, that's going to do it for the third quarter of play. And what many thought throughout the DFW area was going to be a blowout by Crowley. Yeah. We got a little bit of a nail biter here at the Ballsma Hall. As Crowley leads 21-14, we'll take a quick timeout here on Boswell Sports.
Okay. All right, this final stanza of the fourth quarter, Boswell's Quarter, is sponsored by our own Sandy's Action Photography. And she is ready to do your birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, senior pictures, whatever you need. Sandy's Action Photography.
As the Pioneer offense coming out for a big 4th down and 3 play coming up. This feels like one of those plays that could be the decider here late in this one, down 7. Juju, back to pass. Looks, throws the wheel route to Richardson. He's lit up. Ooh. Did he hold on? He held on.
What a hit.
Oh,
And there's a flag. A flag for a defenseless receiver, it looks like.
Going right up under his chin.
Do we have a replay here, Keith? I'd love to see a replay. I know we're going to have to go to timeout in a second, but
why is this freezing?
I think we're frozen.
Uh-oh.
I think we're
Let me go back.
we may be frozen. We may not get that replay for you guys, as Jace Richardson just took a big hit. I cannot believe he held on to that football, Jim.
Will it take us back to the game?
No,
Oh, we're back. We're back.
Okay.
So we're going to take a quick timeout here on Boswell Sports.
Off of 7-3 Thursday 5 down on Boat Club Road. There's a place folks gather and let their troubles unload. Red's barbecue delights under a Texas sky, with brisket, sausage ribs, and chicken fry. Juicy burger stacking high, Red's fries on my plate. Flavor so rich my mouth can't wait. Pay the man, he's got the magic touch. A bite of heaven, it's never too much. Oh, Red's barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's barbecue, every single bite. Chicken fried steak, crispy and brown. The tastiest food in our little town. Sauce is poured with love, smoking so fine. Every meal there is a grand old time, with friends and tunes under the barbecue lights, laughing and eating through.
So we're back out of the break here, as Pioneers just had an unbelievable first down on a 4th down and 3 on the reception to Jace Richardson. The player for Crowley just got called for targeting on that play after the big hit on Richardson. That guy has been disqualified from this match, and I believe, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Jimmy, I believe he'd be suspended from the next game for 1 half.
Yep.
Yeah, so it'll be a 15-yard penalty on top of the first down for Boswell, as Lassiter is going to be the new tailback for the Pioneers here with 11:56 to go.
That's a tough loss for Boswell.
Yeah, tough loss for Boswell. Richardson does look okay, though, thankfully. As Juju now in the gun with Lassiter to his left. Here's a handoff of Lassiter, trying to make something out of nothing. He just can't get out of it. We'll lose one.
That's the one thing you lose when you lose Richardson is that explosive.
Yeah,
that
that explosion and
explosiveness.
speed. Lassiter's going to be kind of a finesse, kind of a power guy.
So Boswell is going to make some personnel changes here. They're going to have Tyler Reyes in the game. It'll be a new tailback alongside of him. That's number 30, Anthony Hummer. We have not seen Hummer in 2 games.
Yep.
Another late sub.
And Coach
We're
Weaver
at
says,
8 on the play clock.
Coach Weaver says that Reyes can run.
He can run. And they're going to have to call a timeout. Timeout. What just happened?
A game. Down to zeros. Hold on. With the referee.
There's an issue here on the field. I'm not sure what happened. And it's delay a game.
So Juju's arguing the case, saying that they called it.
I think the issue was, Jim, they subbed at like 9 seconds on the play clock. Crowley, which is smart to do, subbed late. So the officials have to give them time to sub. And that's just one of those ones, Jim. I would have loved the timeout there, I think. Those yards are going to be costly. So bring up a second and long.
Is that they already took one.
Yeah, I know, but this possession is really big. 2nd and 16 now. Juju hands it to Lassiter. He's got nothing. I mean, it's just a swarm. It's going to be a 3rd down and long now. I mean, long. The down to gain is at the 1 yard line, and they're sitting at the 21.
Wow.
So after the big hit on Richardson, the Pioneer offense has just been stalled out since then.
Yeah, obvious passing down.
Passing down for the Pioneers. They're going to need a big play from Juju. He's not really throwing down the field tonight. Juju, back to pass. Under pressure, he's going to throw the screen to Lassiter. Lassiter, got blockers ahead of him. Lassiter, touchdown! Touchdown! The Pioneers are in this football game, folks! An unbelievable play call by the Pioneers to call a screen on 3rd and 21.
3 plays.
Jim, talk us through it.
What a great call here. They take advantage of the aggressiveness that Crowley's showing and getting Lassiter out in space like they're supposed to. And he shows why he's dangerous in the open field.
And Lassiter came out from nowhere on that play. Stacked up behind his own lineman. I didn't see him.
So this all of a sudden is a big PAT for the Pioneers. The PAT is good. We are all knotted up with 10 minutes to play at 21 here at Bosma Hall.
Yes, Amy, I don't know if we can hear you from over our screaming.
Tell your friends, tell your sisters, tell your dads, tell your moms to tune into this football game. It is going to be a tight one towards the end. It's going to be a heck of a finish.
We have gone from a 28-point underdog to tied with 10 minutes left to go.
Just unbelievable.
You know what other time it is? It's time to call your ride.
It's time to call 'em. Doing the Crowley special, I see, Jim.
Yep.
We'll be there in a few weeks for the North Crowley game.
I do like that stadium.
Yeah, it's the best in the district, I think.
One score that's not in district that I think is really interesting, considering how we've talked about them, is Northwest is up 19-8 over Bell.
Wow, that's actually interesting. LD Bell has been undefeated so far this year, and they've been a team that actually may end up beating Trinity again, because they're in the same district, but looks like they're going to lose that one to Northwest tonight.
Lake Ridge is actually making a game of the Mansfield 28-21.
Lake Ridge is up.
The lead.
That's the Lake Ridge we know.
Yeah.
The Pioneers will kick this one away, and it will be received inside the 8. It's muffed. Picked up, though. And he will be brought down at the 25-yard line, 26. And that's where Crowley will take over with 9:53 to go. Now, Jim, it's 0-0 the rest of the way.
Well, hopefully That drive has energized this Pioneer defense.
And the crowd, too.
And the crowd, too.
Definitely has the band going.
Amy says you can hear her screaming from her back porch.
That's what I said. I don't know if she can hear us.
Yeah, Crowley's going to go to diamond set here. They'll hand it off to Burton around the right side.
Oh,
That's going to be a hold against Crowley. This play will not stand as a big run for Burton. He could get taunting here. Nope. No flag, no flag. I'm glad they're letting them play a little bit because they could have easily called one on the Pioneers earlier.
Here's the hold again.
Yeah, here's the hold. It was just
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
51? Yeah, I believe that was on 51 for Crowley. So I'll knock him back 10. Bring up first 20. So the penalties for Crowley in this game have really hurt them offensively, Jim.
Well, that's what we talked about in the pregame, is that Crowley has traditionally had issues with discipline and penalties.
So they'll stay in this diamond package with Cotton back behind Kennedy. Here's a handoff to the left side, and he breaks a tackle, and this is the open field tackling we talked about, Jim.
Yeah, they had, they got a hand on him, but just not able to pull him in.
You turn about a 2-yard carry to a 10-yard carry instead of a 2nd and 10. Here's the replay here. That's right there. That's got to be a tackle. 2nd and 10. Diamond set, 9:09 to go. Kennedy back to pass, looking under pressure, rolling out to the right side, trying to find somebody. Nobody's open. Kennedy will just throw this one away and it will fall incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
One thing that I've noticed too is that their quarterback seems to have problems when he's pushed out of the pocket.
Yeah, there's what I've noticed too, Keith, with that is his receivers really aren't helping him getting open whenever he's trying to make something out of nothing. They just kind of stand around in the backside. Don't really help out. So now 3rd and 10 again, man. Big critical down on 3rd and long. Stop is needed from the Pioneer defense.
Sean Bliss.
Kennedy in the gun. Back to pass. Looking. Steps up. Under pressure. He's sacked. Ball is out. No, the ball came out. It looked like a sack. It's incomplete. And it will be the punting unit coming onto the field.
Yeah, he was trying to target Wilcox a while.
That looked like Noah Was that Noah Carsons that came in there?
32.
No, 32.
And then 34.
That's Douglas Cook.
Cook's had a good game.
Yeah, Douglas Cook came in there and
Cook's fired up. He's the one that we were worried about getting the taunting.
He's had a great game. He's had a really good game, Douglas Cook. And Boswell's going to get the ball back here with over 8 minutes left. And Jim, all of a sudden, it seems like the momentum has really shifted over to the Pioneer side of the field.
They just can't let it get away.
False start.
False start.
It's a false start against Crowley.
He needs to shoot themselves in the foot.
And Jim, this is critical field position here. You're backed up pretty far.
Yeah, because Crowley's punts previously have only been like 30 yards.
Yeah. So they punt this one away. And it's their best punt of the night. Jim with the typical broadcaster jinx as they mark him down at the 35. Good job, Jim. Oh, man.
Well, I meant that he kicked it into the 30 range.
Yeah. Way to cover it up, Jim. So that is where the Pioneers will take over from their own 35. Still good field position to take over here, tied at 21 with 8:42 to play. And it's going to be the Lassiter show the rest of the way. Look for Hummer to get some opportunities here, Jim, I think.
Yes, Jacob, we definitely can win this game.
Juju hands it off to Lassiter. I mean, these holes are just all of a sudden real
and
clogged
that's
up.
The difference. That's the difference between Lassiter and Richardson. Richardson would have cut that out quicker.
Yeah.
Lassiter looking for something.
Yeah. So it'll be a 2nd and 11 now. Pioneers, you don't want to turn a big defensive stop into a short possession on offense, so they're going to take a little bit of time here. Juju hands it to Blaster around the right side, and I mean, Jim, you're saying he's taking a long time to find these holes. Sometimes you just can't be cute with it, and you just got to go attack.
I mean, I thought that time that Juju actually had a better shot at picking up yardage.
So 3rd down and 14. Boswell, the last 3rd and long, ran a screen to Lassiter. Crowley's going to be looking for that one, though, on this play. Lassiter remains to the left of Juju with 7:30 to play. Juju, back to pass, throwing this one deep. It is caught! One-handed grab by Peyton Rhodes!
No,
it's
that's
not
not
Peyton
Rhodes, that's
Rhodes.
Barboza.
It's Barboza, a one-handed grab. We'd love to see the replay. That is an unbelievable pass by Juju and a great grab by Barboza. Look at the replay. Oh my goodness. Juju had to put that ball perfectly. And here's a handoff to Lassiter, trying to find holes. He slips, and he'll fall down. And look, this may be an opportunity where the coaching staff needs to talk to Lassiter and just tell him, hey, go for the hole. Hit the hole. Go get 1 or 2 yards. It doesn't help you to lose any yards here. That was the play of the night from Jaden Barboza. I'm still stunned, guys. My word. Pioneers taking their time. 6:40 to go on the game clock.
Running off as much as they can.
You love to set up a 3rd and short here. 2nd and 11. Juju looks, throws across the middle. It's caught. Throw. Gets the first down.
He got it.
It's 82. No, excuse me.
22.
22. Holy Corsi. So the Pioneers, Corsi and Barboza, have stepped up here. They got 2 big first downs. So the Pioneers now can manage the clock a little bit. 6:10 to go.
Tyler Hooper.
Juju low snap, picks up his feet though, scrambling out of the pocket, throwing to his right, caught by Lassiter. No, he dropped it.
Oh,
a big drop. Juju almost made an amazing play after the low snap. Lassiter just went in and out of the hands. They'll bring up a 2nd and 10. The energy has really come alive in this football game.
Definitely your energy.
Yeah, I know.
in the booth for sure.
So the Pioneers with the clock stop at 6 minutes. Take their time here. Lassiter now moves to the left of Juju. Juju, back to pass. Looking, heaves this one deep. Wide open. Oh, he dropped it. Another great pass by Juju.
Oh, that was Rhodes.
But Rhodes in and out of the hands. He's been a guy that has had some issues in the past with catching the football. And it just went in and out of his hands. Look at the play. Juju Lords on this possession is throwing the football with the best of them. Put it right on the numbers, just in and out of the hands. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Wow. And
how about Juju this possession, Jim? I mean, he is throwing the pill. The best I've seen him throw throughout his high school career.
It's like a man inspired right there.
And the Pioneers need another good 10, 15 yards, I think, to be in Perez's range. Of course, we haven't seen much of Perez.
Yeah, we haven't.
This season.
The PAT. So 3rd and 10. 10 to go on the play clock. Boswell's had some big 3rd down conversions. They need one here. Juju looking. He's going to keep it on the draw, but he'll be brought down, a loss of 1. And now, Jim, what do you do? Do you punt the football away, pin him deep, or do you go for it? Wow. 5:41 to play.
Yeah, they're going to punt it.
Yeah, that honestly, I love it. Pin them back, let them beat you, let them go the whole field. But that is a massive stalled drive for the Pioneers.
Well,
Maybe
it all
one they won
started
back.
with the big hit to Jace Richardson.
Yeah. But even, I mean, you look back on that pass to from Juju, the Rhodes,
Watch a fake here. Watch a fake.
and this one will be blown dead. It's going to be a false start or a delay of game, actually. That just can't happen. So it'll be a full start, actually, against Boswell. They'll back them up 5. At least it'll give them some room to hopefully put it inside the 5-yard line.
You know, going back to that hit against Jace Richardson, you don't see those.
No.
You don't see those kind of hits in high school football.
I mean, you don't really see him anywhere anymore. You don't really see him in college or NFL. Because you'll get like what he got, DQ. Pioneers ready to punt this one away. It's a low punt. And they got to get on it. Go down at the 11-yard line. So with 4:49 to play, Crowley's got 89 yards to drive the field. They have all 3 timeouts. This game has turned into one that we did not think was going to happen. A true nail-biter.
We have not seen an overtime game in I don't know how long.
It's been a long time. I think it was Eaton Boswell.
No, Eaton Boswell was the last one. The last game that Eaton Boswell played, that was actually regulation with just seconds left.
In the playoff? Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. So 1st and 10 from their own 11. Kennedy throws it out to the right side. It's caught. And it's a broken tackle. Brings it out to the 20-yard line. It'll be short of the first down. So open field tackles are going to need it on this possession.
That time it was Isaiah Nash coming in there for cleanup.
So Kennedy and Cotton go out of the shotgun. Low snap. Kennedy fakes a handoff, throws it to the right side. Pioneers have an opportunity here to get a big stop. It's going to be a holding.
Offensive holding.
Wow. So Crowley.
That holding was going to be on Crowley's Wiltshire.
We may get a replay here from Keith. I think he's going to show us. Yeah, let's see. So they ran a little bubble.
Watch Wiltshire out here.
Yeah, number 8. Yeah.
They threw it right at 15 and right there at the stick.
Yeah, I thought it was number 8, but it probably was 15. I was looking at 8. I was like, that looked clean. So bring up a 2nd and 11 now, as another costly penalty hurts the Crowley offense. Kennedy remains in the gun. We're at 4:11 remaining in this ball game. With Cotton out to his right. It's looking like they got some trouble getting the play here.
Down to 5 seconds. They're not
delay a game.
Delay a game.
Or maybe a timeout against Crowley. Yeah, it's going to be a timeout for Crowley. That's one you kind of have to burn. You don't want to be backed up anymore. So, all right, Jim, 2nd and 11. We got a 21-21 game. What are you expecting here from the Pioneer defense on this possession the rest of the way?
I mean, they're definitely going to give them some cushion here, give them some room.
Yeah.
The thing is that you got to be on your game on those open field tackles if they complete that pass.
And that's the scary thing, because there's a guy named Antavius Ellis who we have not said in a while that is dangerous out in the open field. I'd imagine this could be one where they go to him on this next play.
Kenyon Diaz, that they've got covering him again this week, just like, was it Roberson last week?
It's been Morales and Kenyon Diaz throughout this game.
Because I think, if I remember right, Kenyon Diaz was covering
Roberson
from last week. So what does that tell you about Kenyon Diaz's defense?
Yeah, it's gone up against 2 D1
4-star recruits. Yeah, he's been a force. But right now it's Morales, I think, on him. So Kennedy in the gun. Send a man out in motion.
There's the blitz.
Kennedy back to the pass, looking. Scanning. Heaves this one deep. He's got a man wide open.
Yes, incomplete.
It's incomplete. Great coverage by number 23, Armani Jones.
Armani Jones.
Armani Jones, the tailback, playing defensive back with an unbelievable play. He was beat. Look at the replay. He was beat by a step.
Yeah.
The ball was a little underthrown, but great job by Armani Jones to make up for it. 3rd down and 11 for Crowley. You need to stop here, Jim. This has been critical for them all season. Kennedy, back to pass. Looking, throwing to the right. This one is incomplete.
Good job.
Great coverage. It's John Morales. John Morales has stepped up in this ball game and has played lights out at the cornerback position. Crowley will bring out the punting unit with 3:58 to go here in this one.
Yeah, that was just played perfectly by Morales. Everybody knew it was going to Ellis. So did Morales, and he come up with a big play.
And we got to remind everybody, John Morales is 5'7", 150 pounds, going up against a 6 foot, 175 pound, 4-star recruit.
And Crowley punting from their own end zone.
3 on the play clock. High snap. Could have been dangerous. They'll punt this one away. And it'll be fair caught by Peyton Rhodes.
Good.
Great field position
Great.
for Boswell with 3:52 to go. Jim, what do you think they need to do here on offense to get into the end zone?
It's tough because, I'd like to see Juju pull a couple of those read options and take off.
I'd love to see Juju get some options. And honestly, you never want to say that a guy can't do it, but it's next man up. I wouldn't be shocked if Hummer gets some opportunities here late in this football game. He's been a guy that's gotten some carries.
Well, they don't have to get it all at once.
Yep. So Lassiter in the gun next to Juju. Hands it off to Lassiter around the left side. Gets about half a yard, maybe a yard.
There again, just that little hesitation.
Yep.
That'll allow the defense to adjust. Get in there and stop it for only a gain of 1.
So 2nd and 9 now for the Pioneer offense.
That's what you think. This is Jace. Please, more or less.
Yeah, Jace Richardson being out of this football game has kind of stalled out the running game for the Pioneer offense.
Yeah, because now they can key on Lassiter.
Yep. That's why I'm shocked we haven't seen Hummer in the game, just to take their eyes away from him. Juju throws a swing pass to Lassiter, breaks a tackle. Lassiter hurdles a man, breaks another. Lassiter slung out of bounds, and he's close. He's got the 1st down. That is an unbelievable play by Chance Lassiter.
And again, we talked about it earlier. Lassiter better in space.
Yes.
Find a way to get him out in space.
And they've done it all night. Swing passes underneath. What a play by Chance Lassiter. And Pioneer offense, they don't have to go quick here. Control the clock. 2:51 to go. You can milk this clock as long as you want. Get into field goal range. Crowley does not have to get this ball back. They'll hand it off to Lassiter up the middle. Good push by that line as he'll bring it out to the 29-yard line. And look, Jim, 2:34 to go, 35 on the play clock. I wouldn't even snap it again until the 2-minute timeout.
Milk this thing, get out there, kick a field goal, and get out of here.
100%.
There's Hummer in for you.
So Hummer's in. I'm not sure what just happened. We just had the play clock just switched. It went down. I'm so confused. What is happening here? Now they have to snap it.
It's the Cowboys.
Clock operator, I think, just made a mistake up here. So now they're going to have to snap the ball. Diamond formation.
8 seconds. 6.
And here's a handoff up the middle. Is that Armani Jones?
33.
It's either 33 or 23.
33.
More hats coming.
No, that's Armani Jones, number 23. The guy that just made the big play in the secondary gets the handoff and sets up a 3rd and short. Why is the clock stopping? Now we can go to the 2 timeout. The clock operator up here tonight having some struggles here late as we finally get to the 2-minute timeout. So as we mentioned earlier, the 2-minute timeout is now new in high school football. And look, both of these teams have 2 timeouts. And Jim, If the Pioneers can get a first down here on 3rd and 4, Crowley may have to start thinking about using some of their timeouts to try to conserve some clock.
Yeah, this would be Boswell's 3rd win of the season, first for district.
Yeah.
And the important thing is it would keep pace with the rest of the field.
100%.
And watching these scores tonight, all of a sudden it looks like Boswell might
be right
be in
back
the
in
thick
it.
of things.
Yeah, right back in it. And that's something, again, Jim, when you talk about this district, it's wide open. We thought entering this game tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit like this. Crowley was probably, in my eyes, the number 2 team.
Gentlemen,
I don't know anymore.
So this man, Weatherford has come back 42-42.
Wow.
To go in the game.
What, 42-42 against Legacy?
Legacy.
Wow.
Then you've got Lake Ridge is over the Mansfield 37-21.
That's the second best team in the district, I think.
Wow.
Lake Ridge. Yep.
I don't know.
Clear cut, I think.
Don't count out your Pioneers yet.
So Boswell back on the field, 3rd down and 4. Big possession. Hummer is in the game. This is what I was wanting. 2-back set. Take their eyes off of Lassiter and give them an opportunity. Juju in the gun. Hands it off to Lassiter, and he's hesitating. He's going to get a yard and set up a 4th down and 3.
I would have loved to have seen Juju pull that ball there.
So clock
because there was a hole.
Yeah, clock continues to wind, and Crowley looks like they're not going to call a timeout. So Boswell, I mean, Jim,
So what
it
do
may,
we
be,
got?
it may be smart to let this run out, call a timeout. Legitimately, let this run out all the way to 1 on the play clock, call a timeout,
I think
regroup, and then try to get the first down. But they may be just going right to the line for it.
We got 10 on the play.
8 on the play clock. Juju in the gun. They're going to snap it. Juju keeps it. Read option to the right side. He's not going to get anything, though. He's stopped. Crowley will take over with 1:08 to go in this game.
They should have took a shot with the field goal.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, honestly, Jim, I was hoping a timeout. Let the guys regroup here, because it would have been about 1:03 whenever the clock would have stopped. Then you get an opportunity to go over the play and think about what you need to do on 4th and 3. But they decided that they had the play call, but they're going to end up not working. So now they're playing for overtime. Nothing can go deep. Nothing can go deep. 2 timeouts for Crowley. They have enough time and timeouts to make something happen. Kennedy in the gun with Cotton to his right. Kennedy, back to pass, under pressure, steps up in the pocket, he's running. Kennedy brings it across, a good run out to the 40. He's going to get the first down. The clock will stop as the sticks move at 1 minute. They're going to hustle to the line. Clock starts now, 58 to go. Clock continuing to wind, waiting for the play call. Kennedy up to the line now, 52 seconds remaining here in the game. Kennedy throws a little swing route out to the right side. First down. He's short. No, he's a yard short.
yard short. Kept him.
Didn't get out of bounds. 43 on the game clock. Oh, they gave him the first down. Wow, generous spot there, it looked like, Jim. The sticks will move. Clock is set now. 40 seconds to go. Crowley still not taking timeout. 38 seconds left. Waiting for the play. 35 seconds left. Kennedy in the gun. Back to pass. Kennedy looking under pressure. Rolling out to the right side. Throws it. It's caught. And he runs out of bounds to stop the clock with 23 seconds left. And to remind you, Crowley has 2 timeouts.
Wow.
Nothing can go deep anymore, Jim. Nothing can go deep.
And you gotta wrap up.
Gotta wrap up. Gotta wrap up in the open field. You're playing for overtime. 23 seconds to go. 2nd and 4 coming up from the 43. Crowley still has 2 timeouts. So they have time to make something out of nothing. Kennedy, back to pass, looking, throws this one deep down the right sideline. It is out of bounds, incomplete, intended for Antavius Ellis. He caught the ball, but he was out of bounds.
And it was Morales there again for the Pioneers.
So now it's 3rd and 4, 16 seconds left. You got to be thinking they may continue to try to throw it deep.
Okay, we got a timeout. Did he say?
No timeout.
Okay.
2 timeouts. Trips to the left.
It feels like Crowley's playing for the
3rd and 4. Back to pass Kennedy. He's going to heave this one deep down the field. Incomplete. There's a flag, though, a pass interference with 10 seconds to go. This is not great, but fortunately, this is not the NFL. It's not a spot foul, so it'll be a 15-yard penalty. So it is a pass interference, and it's one of those plays, Jim. The underthrown pass is one of the most dangerous passes in football because the receiver can just go back and get that PI. That's what happened there.
Yeah, they called Isaiah Nash.
Oh, illegal shift. It's offsetting penalty.
Oh.
So offsetting penalties, the Pioneers are in good looks. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4 again with 9 seconds left, and I think everybody's got to go deep. This is going to the end zone, I think, Jim. This is going to be a Hail Mary, I think. But again, you got to worry about underneath and laterals. 3rd down and 4, 9 seconds to go. Kennedy in the gun. It's going to be a timeout by Crowley. So we'll take a timeout over. No timeout yet. Sorry, we'll stay here. Sorry, Keith. It's juiced over here, man. It is a barn burner of a game, tied at 21. And the Pioneers and Crowley are staring down overtime.
Nobody expected this coming into this football game.
Just an
The
unbelievable
Boswell Pioneers
game.
hanging with the Crowley Eagles. Crowley, who's owned them, over the past 4 years?
Amy says breathe, Peyton.
Said what?
Amy says
I'm
breathe.
trying to.
Breathe, Peyton.
I'm trying to.
See if there's any updates.
So 9 seconds left, Jim. What are you thinking Crowley's going to do here? I mean, you still have a timeout. They can run an out route if they wanted to try and shorten up the field and have a Hail Mary to end it, or they can just throw it deep here.
Or, depending on what kind of leg their kicker has.
Well, I was watching the game.
So they're going to go empty. I think this is going to be a shot down the field. Kennedy in the gun. He's going to keep it on the draw. This is actually a great play call by Crowley. A great play call. He gets out of bounds with 3 seconds left. Now, they can either kick a field goal, potentially, or throw a shot in the end zone. I don't know if their guy has the legs, though, but they're in a better position now.
Well, if you remember, they had the PAT blocked on the first touchdown.
So there's a little confusion now. They can take a timeout if they want. It's going to be a timeout by Crowley. So they're going to think about this, whether to kick the field goal. The ball is at the 23-yard line.
I don't think
they have the leg.
He was at the 20-yard line this the pregame. Wasn't making. He was short or wide.
So from the 23-yard line, we're looking at what, a 38-yard field goal about?
And that's tough.
That's a tough one. This may be a shot to the end zone, I think. I mean, from the 23, it's doable.
This is where you got to watch for Ellis.
Yep, you got to watch for Ellis. This is a guy, he's got the vertical. They are going to be going after him. You've got to go up and get a hand on it. This is a massive play in this game. If Crowley scores, they win. If they don't, we head to the first overtime in I don't know how many years.
I can't remember how long. It's been a long time.
So 3 seconds left. It looks like Crowley's going to keep their offense out on the field, though. No. Yeah, they will. Crowley will keep their offense out on the field.
This is a do or die.
Do or die from the 23. And look, do or die from the 23 is better than do or die from the 45. So that quarterback draw was a great play call by Crowley.
Well, you got to make sure that they don't do it again.
So look at what this we got to wrap up.
So they're going to go empty.
They got 5 in the
and Boswell's going to call a timeout, rightfully so. They saw what look that they had out there on the field. Boswell gets a timeout. Now they get to talk about it. Man, what a game!
So if you're Crowley, then you go back out with the same package. Now that you've shown Boswell what you were thinking.
If you trust your play call enough, you do, I think. But if you are that worried, you can switch it up.
I think everybody in the booth, everybody in the stadium, everybody watching online knows that this is going Hail Mary.
Well,
yeah, this is going to the end zone to Ellis, I think.
Going to the end zone.
This is such a big play and big game right here that we have got our highest viewership of the season so far.
I mean, Antavius Ellis, he's 6'1", 180-pound junior, the 4-star wide receiver who has offers all throughout the country. You got to be thinking the ball is going to be going to his hands. I'd watch out for the underneath and trick plays. The crowd over here on the Pioneer side is the loudest they've been tonight. Kennedy in the gun. 3 seconds left. Final play of regulation.
Watch the
Kennedy back to pass.
Watch the middle.
Looking, scrambling. Nobody's open. He's hit while throwing ball in the end zone. Incomplete. Incomplete. We are heading to overtime. It is free football here at the Boswell Hall.
Good coverage that time by the Boswell Pioneers as Armani Jones was back there defending.
How about Armani Jones and John Morales tonight in the secondary for the Pioneers as we are heading to overtime here at the Boswell Hall. We'll take a quick, short timeout to catch a breather here up in the booth here on Boswell Sports.
Peyton needs it.
Pioneer Sports, extra tales of great Boswell's never rock and roll. Pioneer Sports, extra tales of great Boswellsports, never gonna quit. Coach Weaver's war echoes in our soul, chasing glory, now we're rock and roll. Pioneer Sports, extra tales of great Boswellsports, never gonna quit. Coach Weaver's war echoes in our soul, chasing glory, now we're rock and roll.
All right, we're back here for overtime free play here in the Boswell Hall. And for overtime in Texas high school football, in case anybody doesn't know, it is all untimed. We will have no game clock, 0-0-0 all across the board. Both teams they'll have the coin toss. The winning team of the coin toss will either get defense, which will likely happen if they win the toss, or offense. Both teams in the first period of overtime will get an opportunity to possess the football. So if in that first overtime we're tied, we'll head to a second overtime. In that second overtime, we'll continue to alternate into that same offensive possession. But if you were on defense first, you're going to go on offense first. If you're tied still after the second overtime, I may be wrong here, but I believe this is the case now in Texas high school football. From the third overtime on, it is just 2-point conversions the rest of the way. So what that would mean would be you go for 2 point, you get it. If they go for 2 point, they get it. We keep going.
Wow.
So that is where we're at. But a lot of teams in high school football, if they say Boswell's down 7 in the first overtime after the first possession, say they are down 7 and they get a touchdown, a lot of coaches nowadays will go for 2 and just go for the win. So that's something to keep your eyes on, as that is also doable in the high school realm. And here is the coin toss at midfield. Did I explain that good? Did I make that clear?
Very well.
Okay.
Clear as mud. It's like Boswell won the toss.
It looks like it.
Yeah, so Boswell won the toss, so they should go on defense first. That is typically what a winning coin toss will call, is to go on defense. And to remind you, there is no game clock. 0-0-0. These are all starting at the 25-yard line, alternate possessions. If we get to a third overtime, we go to 2 points.
What a game.
What a game. And it's all going to come down to some free football.
It looks like Coach Weaver is possessing the ball first because they just threw the home ball out to the line judge.
Wow. Unless they lost the toss, did they win?
No,
They won
I
the
think
toss.
he won the toss.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. But I could have been wrong on that.
Let's see the unit that's out there. Yeah, Juju's out there. So,
Maybe they lost it.
They got Ellis out there.
they may have
Crowley's got Ellis out there.
they may have lost this toss, guys. I don't know. Either way, the Pioneers will possess the ball
Offense is out
first.
You know, this is the first time I actually get to breathe tonight.
So Boswell will possess the ball first. Two-back set. Hummer to the left. Lassiter to the right. First down. Juju back to pass. Looking. Throws the wheel route wide open. Lassiter! Touchdown! One play overtime. He runs the wheel route. It's a touchdown to Chance Lassiter. So the Pioneers strike first on one play in overtime. They'll kick up. Here's the replay. It's just a little wheel route. He was wide open.
Nobody back there.
Juju Lords, we got to talk about Juju tonight. He has been terrific passing the football, as the kicking unit will be out to kick the PAT. And again, every point is critical in overtime, especially the PAT. As if Crowley gets a touchdown, all they need is a PAT to win. Good snap. Good hold. PAT is good. So Boswell is out to a 28-21 lead here in the first overtime. Crowley now will get to possess the ball at the 25-yard line. They have to score a touchdown.
And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I wish you could be here in the booth and look over at the coaches' booth right next to us. They've got their heads on the table.
So now
They're shot.
So now Crowley, in order to go to a second overtime, they've got to get 7. If they want to win, they go get 8. To remind you, if they score a touchdown, they can get a 2-point conversion and win the football game, which is what a lot of coaches do in high school football.
You know, this reminds me a lot of the first game that I ever watched, the Boswell Pioneers. Same thing, Boswell versus LV Bell, overtime. Started Boswellsports, and look where we are today.
So Kennedy in the gun. They're going to have a tight end now, a sniffer. He will keep it on the quarterback keeper. A good run for Kennedy, and Kennedy's going to go one play
Gosh.
and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow.
One play each from both teams.
Wow.
What a start to the first overtime. So now Crowley.
Do you go for the win as Crowley, or do you just go for the tie?
So Crowley could go for 2 and win the game,
Wow.
or they kick the PAT and win it. Remind you, the PAT they blocked earlier.
Yeah.
They may keep this
think
unit
they
out.
will.
They're going to keep them out.
Yeah, I think they go for 2 here and go for the win.
So Crowley's going to keep the unit out. The ball game is on the line now.
But if Boswell gets the stop,
Game's over.
then Boswell gets the win.
So either Crowley gets a 2-point or wins, or Boswell wins. And it's going to be a timeout by Crowley.
Timeout Boswell.
Oh, by Boswell, excuse me.
Wow.
We'd run that fast.
What a gamble.
So here we go.
What a gamble.
Crowley could still send the kicking unit out, but I don't think that they will. A PAT ties it. A 2-point wins it. Nothing wins it for the Pioneers.
Wow.
Either way, the losing side is going to be extremely heartbroken. This has been a hard-fought battle by both teams.
Especially for a 28-point underdog.
Yeah. Honestly, Jim, they have really ran the football a lot with Kennedy. I would watch the quarterback keeper here, the quarterback run. We just saw it on the touchdown. We saw it on the quarterback draw right before the end of the regulation.
They could go with that bubble.
They could. So here we go. They're going to keep them out. Kennedy out there with Cotton. This is the ball game.
Come on, John.
Kennedy in the gun. Kennedy Hands it off. Cut down.
Yes!
They pulled out the upset. The Boswell Pirates have pulled out the upset of the Crowley Eagles. Do you see the crowd? The Pioneers, 24-point underdogs, survive at home. They win it 28-27 in overtime. What a game at the Boswell Hall, and the Pioneers' playoff hopes are still alive.
Wow. Can we see the replay on
Can
that?
we see the
I can't. I was
It
trying.
won't?
uh,
Froze.
Wow.
an
I think that
unbelievable
was
game?
Douglas Cook. I'm not sure. But I think it was Douglas Cook.
This is the loudest I've heard the Pioneer stands. Dare I say it since 2017?
Man.
Unbelievable game. Wow.
The Boswell Pioneers hang on and upset the team that was in the number one spot
Yeah.
in the district standings
And you
coming
know
into the game.
that sends shockwaves through the district.
Yes. Wow.
I mean, absolute shockwaves because now North Crowley has to think, who is this Boswell team?
Yep.
I
Well,
mean, I know North Crowley's a bit of a stretch considering, but
I think Lake Ridge has their eyes on Boswell now. I think Legacy does as well.
well, Boswell just made a statement. We are not the whipping post we were last year.
Yep.
We are here to play. And you can't be any more proud of this squad.
And you hear this Pioneer side. Jim, look at the crowd. I mean, this is the most rowdy I've heard this crowd in
so
a very long time.
So
It's awesome.
let's take a look at some scores real quick. 3:44 left to go in the fourth quarter. Weatherford is up 49-45 over Legacy. Obviously here it's 28-27. Boswell wins in overtime. Lake Ridge is a final, 44-21 over Mansfield, who Boswell lost to last week. And then that looks like it's it for district.
Unbelievable game.
All right, let's take just a short break, and we'll come back with the post-game show. Stay with us here on Boswell Sports. All right, welcome back to the post-game show. The Boswell Pioneers come away with a victory, a shocker over the Crowley Eagles, 28-27 in overtime on a gamble. I got to ask you first, Peyton, why take that gamble?
So, I mean, I said it, most high school coaches go for it there. It's just to not continue to play for overtime because you just never know what can happen. Like if you possess the ball on offense, right? Because if Crowley would have started out on offense second overtime, if they would have had a turnover, Boswell's already in field goal range on that field goal. All they have to do is kick a field goal and they win. So it's just one of those things where, yeah, you now looking back on it, you're like, probably shouldn't have gone for it, but you go for the win, and they went for the win, but the Pioneers were just all over it. They knew that ball was going to Cotton.
Well, but also Boswell the whole game was tight up the middle.
Yes.
That's exactly where they ran to.
And like we said, good pressure. They got good pressure all night. So I don't know. A tough call by Crowley, but a great win by the Boswell Pioneers. Let's talk about this game a little bit. Starting off with the fact that Crowley was a 28-point favorite. Boswell Pioneers came out, had a good first drive, and ended on a fourth down. Weren't able to come away with points. Crowley comes back, they score. We thought, okay, This may be it.
Yeah.
This may be the start of that 28 points.
It felt like
But
one of
Boswell
those
didn't
games.
stop.
Yeah.
Boswell didn't stop. They came back. They responded. They got the blocked extra point, and then Pioneers actually took a lead, 7-6, and they hung in there, kept it close, and they actually get into overtime where they win it. And this has got to be a huge boost for this club.
It's a huge boost for the team, the program. Really, I think this is a turning point. I think when you're talking about the coaching staff as a whole, the team as a whole, these are wins where it automatically turns your season around. And we were talking about it. You fall to 0-2 after tonight.
Yeah.
You're automatically looking at your chances of making the playoffs at 20-30%. Now, after this game, now looking across the district, looking at all these other teams and how they're playing, the Pioneers, their chances of making the playoffs have instantly skyrocketed after this win tonight against Crowley. And look, you just don't want to get too ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
Though.
But you sent a statement.
100%.
You sent a statement to the rest of 3-6A that the Pioneers can't be just an overlooked football team.
100%. And this is one, Jim, where you know where you're at now. Now you know you cannot be below that team. This is the standard. Be above the standard. Be above the standard.
And it goes back to what we talked about after that first week when Halton just, they lost heartbreaker to Boswell, sorry. We were talked about how.
Well, actually, we won against Boswell.
What, did we? No, I thought it was.
Yeah, no, we
okay.
won.
Anyways.
It was 12-6. We won.
Oh, that's right.
12-6 over Boswell, but then.
That first loss, though, when Weaver talked about it in the Tuesday show. Where
Yeah, that was the Forney game, and that.
Well, but he talked about how he went with this. He talked to people in the community, coaches in the community, and they said, "Don't throw the playbook out. Don't throw what you're trying to build out." And here, I think we're starting to see some fruits of that.
So the biggest question is going to be, because I really thought Jace Richardson was he was the biggest stud on the field.
He was the
D1 guy
up until he got knocked out of the game. And look, I'll be honest, I'll tell the fans at home, I think he's going to be fine. I think he'll be back next week. He didn't, when he got up, he was a little woozy, but you expect that after that big hit. Everybody saw it on the broadcast. He took a massive hit. I imagine, you don't want to speculate, and I'm not going to speculate, but I think that he'll be back in a week or two. And the good thing is, the Pioneers have a easier opponent, I think, next week. It's still going to be a tough game. They need to go out there and go win, but they have the bye week coming up after, which is going to be much needed for the whole team across the board.
With that, I would think too, just play it safe for Jace.
Yeah.
Let him sit out next week. Because you've got Hummer and you've got Amani Jones. We saw what that could do tonight. So I think give Jace 2 weeks. Let him just.
Well, we got to find out what it is first.
No, that's true. That's true.
But a great football game by the Boswell Pioneers. We saw some really good stuff. I thought that they really shored up a lot of their tackling.
Yeah.
And they focused on that. That's something that they've been working.
I think also, Jim, when you talk about, we just mentioned Jace going down. I think you have to give a ton of credit to Juju and how he played down the stretch when Jace got out.
Yeah, he kind of picked things up.
Juju looked the best that he's ever been throwing the football when Jace came out of that football game. He was hitting guys in stride. And
then Peyton Rhodes with the one-arm.
Barboza with the one-arm catch. Juju hits Rhodes. I know he dropped it, but it was just Juju. It really felt like he commanded the offense and really showed that he was the leader of that team down the stretch. And man, that's something that you need from your quarterback, especially when your top running back's gone down. And man, that was a gutsy fight. And that wheel route, that's a gutsy play call.
Yes.
The route, he was wide open, but great pass by Juju, great play call by Coach Freeman and the coaches.
And it was called at the right time.
Yes.
Because, Boswell had been pounding the rock all night. Just pound. I'm sure they expected Chance Lasser to get the football, run it up the middle, lose a couple of yards, but instead they get him out there on the wheel route, and he shows you how dangerous he is if you give him any kind of room.
Unbelievable.
Let's go over a couple scores real quick in the division, fellas, for tonight, because we've got some finals coming in. Right now, with the minute left in the fourth quarter, we've got Legacy up 52-49 over Weatherford. Of course, right here, we've got Boswell winning in overtime 28-27. And the final now is Mansfield Tigers 21, Lake Ridge 44. Yeah. And then you've got, let's see, that looks like that's it for district.
Yeah, I have to shout out to my boss, Tom McWhorter. He told me that today, he said, man, can you send me the link? He said, I've had trouble finding the game. And so I sent him the link, and he watched the game, and he chimes in. He says, OT, baby. And then great win. And I hope everybody at home enjoyed the broadcast tonight and this big win for the Boswell Pioneers. Guys, let's go ahead and talk about our players of the game. We'll start with you, Peyton.
Well, Jim, honestly, defensive player of the game, there's a lot of guys that deserve recognition. I thought Solis continued where he left off. I thought Douglas Cook had himself an unbelievable game. Man, there's just so many guys, especially Armani Jones. He showed up well at the DB position, but, man, I got to give it to John Morales, man. He stepped up in a spot. He wasn't even starting at the beginning of the game, and he came in against a heck of a recruit in Ellis, and he played lights out football. And I thought, honestly, I know that the Pioneer front did a really good job of taking Cotton out of the game, but I think it was just as essential to take Ellis out of the game because he was the guy.
Yeah, Ellis really was a non-factor.
He was a non-factor, I felt like, and we saw it last week. Robertson in the first half was a non-factor, but he was a big piece in them winning last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
They made sure from first half to the end to take Ellis out of the game, and really, I think that's all because of John Morales and what he was able to do at the cornerback position.
And really, Cotton. Yeah. Cotton, who has just been a Pioneer killer.
He's been a stud
for the past 3 years.
Yep.
Again, did not have the numbers that he had in those previous
But I'm going to give honorable mention to Douglas Cook because he had a big play at the midfield where he should have gotten the taunting. But then he also had a big quarterback pressure where he hit the quarterback and it went out of bounds on the incompletion. There was a guy wide open over there at the sticks. He doesn't make that play. They get a first down. You never know what could happen after that. They ended up punting on that possession. So honorable mention Douglas Cook, offensive player of the game. It would have been, I think, Jace Richardson, but I think I got to give it to Juju. I felt like him leading that team down the stretch, bringing the guys together and saying, and I don't know what he said, but bringing the guys together and picking them up and trusting his receivers down the stretch, even the ones where we haven't said Barboza's name a lot this year. We haven't said Corsi's name a lot this year. We usually say Peyton Rhodes and Porter Stevenson. Those are the two guys we said a lot. Those two guys really stepped up, but Juju, he's a guy I think that deserves offensive player of the game because he commanded the offense, turnover free tonight, looked really well, and his passes, man, when he didn't throw the ball a lot, but when he threw the football, whether it be caught or not caught, he was putting the ball on the money. That catch by Barboza is going to be talked about, that one-handed grab.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to talk about how unbelievable that pass was. He put it right on the backside shoulder. He puts that on his left side. It's picked off. He puts it a little bit over him. It's out of bounds.
The wheel route.
Yes, the wheel route
was perfectly thrown to Lassiter.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even have to break stride.
No. So I give Juju offensive player of the game.
All right. Keith, what about you?
I'm going to go Juju also, but I don't think I can add any more than what Peyton's kind of already talked about, which is okay. That's fine. I'm going to go with Meeson as my defensive player of the game. Creating those holes for Jace in the early part of the game, and maybe Lassiter just needs a little bit of confidence running behind Meeson and that offensive line a little bit more and being able to make those cuts. But I really got to go with Meeson and that inside offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. What about defense?
I said that was defense. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know on defense. I mean, it was just really, I mean, just kind of what I wasn't paying attention much to names, but just to me overall, collectively, it felt like it was a crisper game than what we've seen this season by the whole defense in general.
Agreed.
So
for me, I'm going to start with defense. Solis definitely had another outstanding game, but Cook, a guy that we hadn't talked about any going into the football game. I thought he really stepped up and had a nice game. That's going to be my defensive player is Cook. And then on offense, Keith, I got to agree with you. Meeson and Underwood.
Yeah.
Those guys owned the trenches tonight. And that's
Picking up
where
where
the
they left
Pioneers
off.
had to win the football. And that's what sprung a lot of those runs by Underwood, or not Underwood, by Richardson.
Yeah.
And so even whenever they didn't have the hole, they were able to block guys just enough for Richardson to cut back and get a big gain. So for me, it's those guys, those big boys up front are going to be my offensive players of the game. The Pioneers do travel. It's a short week for Boswell as they head back to
Our favorite spot.
Mansfield, R.L. Anderson Stadium. And I don't mind the stadium. I don't mind
nice view.
Mansfield, but man, the traffic getting there is horrendous. But
And coming back. If you come to the game, I don't know where I went. Don't go where I went. It took me 2 hours to get home. Don't do it.
But it is a Thursday night game. So Thursday night, Boswell travels back to Mansfield to take on the Legacy Broncos. And what was their score, Keith?
Mansfield Legacy.
It was in a tight one. They were only up by a field goal over Weatherford with like a minute left.
52. So let me pull that back up real quick.
Yeah, it was 52-49. We'll take a quick look at
Try and pull that back up.
their score.
Had to refresh. All right, Mansfield Legacy, 52-49. It's still showing a minute left in the game, so it's probably
There's a good chance that they won that one.
Yeah, it's probably gone to over or gone to.
How did the Lake Ridge and Mansfield game?
Lake Ridge won 44-21.
Okay.
Wow, lots of big scores.
Yep.
In the district tonight. But anyway.
Well, one thing to look at, Jim, before I let you go. All of a sudden, that Crowley-Mansfield game becomes a big eye-opener. Big eye-opener.
Absolutely.
And the Pioneers are going to be rooting on Crowley that game.
Yeah, definitely will. All right, so we're going to talk about this one on Tuesday night as the crew travels to Red's Barbecue at 7335 Boat Club Road. This will be a great time for you as fans to come join us if you can and have some great barbecue there at Red's. We'll talk to Coach Weaver about this win, get his take on what happened tonight, maybe find out what's going on with Richardson. But we'll have a lot of good fun there. We'll talk about the upcoming Legacy game, and then we'll sit down with a athlete of the week and go one-on-one. We've had some great kids on the show. If you have an opportunity to go to our channel and kind of watch some of those, some really good kids here at Boswell High School. And then Friday night, of course, we do travel.
Thursday night,
we travel to Mansfield. Kickoff is at 7. We will have pregame at 6:30 right here on the YouTube channel. And you won't want to miss that if you can't make it to the game. That'll do it for us here. And the final score is the Boswell Pioneers 28 and the Crowley Eagles 27 from high atop Pioneer Field. This is Jim Howard along with Peyton Peterson and Keith Diamond saying good night and go Boss.
Lights above the field, Friday night tension high. Sweat on the backs, Pioneer pride. War drums beat inside, helmet cracks in the air. Concrete gridiron fights, enemies everywhere. Boswellsports, screams and screams, voices howl, spirits mean. Warriors clash unseen, legacy in the beams.
Game to 3, ball game. Pioneers are going to walk out of here.
In the heat, a battle so bittersweet. Bones crush, hearts ignite, bleeding for the fight. Under the stars in the night, pioneers never die. Boswellsports, screams and screams, voices howl, spirits lean. Warriors crush unseen, legacy in